Hey guys, and welcome to D4,
where I, Dustin,
and I, Devan, co-DM a 5th edition game
of Dungeons and Dragons.
So,
as you can see, we are live from DragonCon, our first live show at DragonCon, and we are so excited to be here.
yes, this is not our typical announcements tonight. We're not going to go through all of that, but we do want to let you at home know that everyone in the audience that we are running a charity raffle for not only the stream, which is raising money for the American Heart Association, so please donate that. Your donations will affect the game. But also, we have raffles.
Some stretch goals.
Stretch goals for the raffle, and or raffle stretch goals, which is a Beetle and Grimm Sinister Saltmarsh Silver Edition box set that is going to be exclusive for
audience only.
Audience only, so not online. And that will reach that once we get to $1,000. And this box is amazing. It has text props, physical props, and ways to enhance your game. It also comes with a complete set of the Saltmarsh campaign, so you don't need to have the book and this. We are also raffling off the WizKids Falling Star boat. It pairs perfectly with the Saltmarsh campaign. And we're giving that away at $2,500, and that one's for...
That one's online, so even those in the audience, you can enter that raffle as well in the Twitch chat.
Yep.
And we will have all of those prompts in the Twitch chat once we hit, and I will say when we hit $2,500 tonight for the American Heart Association.
Yes. And then the last one, for those that are friends of Critical Role, we have a very special item, and that is the signed copy of the Taldore campaign. It is signed by all the members of the cast. We're giving that away once we reach $5,000.
Yep.
So let's try and reach all of that. Of course, we want to meet more. We want to reach 100,000, of course. And DragonCon is matching dollar per dollar.
Absolutely. So, also, for those of you watching home and in the audience as well, please go to our donation page, which is www.gofundme.com/f/D4DragonCon. Once you're on there, you can donate money, and there are incentives to donate that will affect the game. You can both help and hurt our players.
And cause chaos for us.
And cause lots of chaos for us, and it's going to be amazing.
Please help us.
All right. We also wanted to let those that are new to our style of game that tonight's show specifically is going to feature a lot of graphic and gory content. So viewer discretion advised. Are my players ready?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Let's do it.
Without further ado, let us immerse ourselves into the chronicles of D4. And we're back.
All right. So, last time on Directionless Dills Get a Data Dump, our heroes managed to uncover the secrets of the journals that Voss had recovered from the fire in Victor Trench's house. With those pages, they read notes the private detective had made concerning the affairs and activities of several important figures within the Waterdeep society. They also met the acquaintance of Kalain of the Nine Waters. The introduction was complicated by the fact that Kalain thought they were agents sent to silence her. But after some persuasion from V, Vinley, and Sasha, she came to understand that the BFGs meant her no harm. She tearfully explained some of the history of her involvement with the Neverember family before providing a stack of documents belonging to Dalekar.
The documents spoke of wealth of information, like an underground temple of Dumathorn, a detailed series of steps to open a door, and a letter that spoke of red mages and much, much more, leaving the heartbroken woman to her tears. They returned home to meet the butler for the Castellanters. They were then whisked away to meet with the noble family, where they were told that their young twins had come down with a mysterious illness, and they wanted to hire the BFGs to locate the Stone of Golor so that they could hire enough healers to save their children from an illness that proved stronger than even that of a healing magics.
The group headed home with heavy hearts, left to figure out how they would proceed. Before they could sleep, however, they had to stand vigil over Vince's Trench's home one more night, for he was gathering information for them, and he was being attacked. But wherever any of you all are,
Both our normal cast and our special guests.
whether you're awake or asleep, you hear an unnerving sound that you seem to only hear within your head. It rakes across your mind like a hot knife before you feel a weird sensation of falling with your stomach in your throat. You believe your eyes begin to dilate beyond comprehension as the stars above in the sky illuminate brighter and brighter and brighter, spreading out further and further before everything goes black.
As light comes back to you, you find it completely engrossing. Engrossed by a golden yellow hue, like tinted glass with thick purple vines stretched across it. The outside world hazy, distorted as if looking through glass. You feel weightless, but also compressed by pressure all around you, now realizing you are submerged in some type of viscous ooze. The walls of the embryonic membrane cling around you, giving very little room to move. What do you do?
I ripped myself out. I don't want to be in that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I would like you to make me a strength check.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
I would also like to take that path.
I would also like to break free from Goodwin.
I would also like to do this.
If possible, I'd like to cut through the membrane as opposed to that.
What do you draw?
Strength check or saving throw?
Rapier.
As you go to pull the rapier, you realize that you can get about 5 inches out before you're stretching across and into the membrane, and it's fighting against you. You cannot draw your rapier fully.
Okay. Can I push it so hard it comes out the other side, destroying my scabbard, but allowing me to push backwards?
Go ahead and make me a strength check for that.
Okay.
Yep.
I got a 16.
Okay.
Okay.
I got half that.
We'll go down. We'll go down the line. So, 16, boss.
13.
Can I see on the other side of the membrane?
Yes. Remember everyone to speak into the mic. There's others. Yeah, I know me. I know. But Voss also looked away from his mic. Can you see through the glass? You can. It is very distorted. It looks dark outside. There is a terrain that looks completely foreign to you. You cannot get your bearings of where you are. Do you stay inside the ooze?
No.
Okay, so make a strength check.
This die has betrayed me.
Okay, what is your total?
4.
Okay.
Suddenly my 8
Our
doesn't seem so
lovely
bad.
Our monk, however, you're used to things like this, and your fists are actually weapons, so if you would like to attack instead of just doing a regular strength check, you can do that.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm sorry, but did you say she's used to being in a membrane?
Used to using her fists as weapons.
Just like a Tuesday.
What, you don't have a few membranes at home? Come on.
At one point, we were all in a membrane.
I hope none of us remember that.
It's a roll to hit, yes.
Okay. 14?
Okay, noted. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 6.
Awesome. Continue.
I rolled an 8 on my strength check.
That's good. B?
Can I also attack because I'm big, strong lady?
You are not proficient with your fists.
Wow, rude. I rolled a 12.
Okay.
It was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
All right.
Okay.
So, everyone but Vinley and Harold.
Oh, come on.
What you're saying is the elf wizard didn't succeed the...
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, as your hand stretches out, or blade, to push against the membrane, it cuts through it like... it cuts through and tears like gutting a pig as the milky viscous fluid pours out and onto the spongy ground. You cough up what feels like gallons of the fluid from your stomach and lungs as it begins to drip off you and slowly rises into the air like tendrils of string tied to a marionette. Your head instantly fills with 1,000 needless needles plaguing your mind with the most intense migraine you have ever experienced. What the fuck? Ethan.
Yeah.
You are now to talk with a Chicago accent. Boss, you are now to talk with a Texan accent.
Okay. Those that are out, gathering your bearings, you look around at a nearly empty wasteland. Your now deflated organic flesh pod can be seen attached to a few others, suspended by roots that are slick and inky, more like veins growing across the land and up into the air to form large lung-like bronchi. In each pod, with the cancerous polyp tree, is another humanoid figure floating in the embryonic fluid. You see, those that are out, you can see Vinley and Harold struggling as the membrane stretches. You see their hands like stretching through a fabric that it can't be pierced.
Which one am I closer to?
You're closer to Vinley.
All y'all going down and help Harold. I'm going to help this girl over here being bit.
What is wrong with you? I'm sorry. No, get Harold. Get Harold.
I will help Harold, for he is clearly the weak.
That's called a throwback.
Can I just, hit the membrane with my axe?
Of course. You're going to aid Kaiserbex with his, releasing Harold, and you're going to go after Vinley?
I am. I'm going to try to cut her out.
Got it.
Yeah, I would go and try and help whoever was doing it.
Okay,
Awesome.
so you can roll with advantage as
Okay.
this strange...
I'm gonna help try to break Harold out.
Yep.
19 to hit.
19
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
21 points of damage.
Right. So are you ripping her out or cutting her out?
Cutting.
Cutting her out, trying not to hit her.
Got it. So this monk comes over and pulls taut against the stretched membrane, pulling it as far as it can go using all of their strength. Someone you do not recognize, but someone that is aiding you in this moment as you swipe up quickly, splitting this pod in half as Vinley comes pouring out onto the organic ground at your feet.
All right, so...
Yeah,
Either one of you can roll with advantage.
I rolled for Harold.
Well, I rolled really well.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Oh, okay.
I'll
I
help
rolled
you.
a 23.
Oh, you hit. Roll damage.
Yeah.
For me, I rolled a 1.
Shit. 5 damage.
Right?
I did my best.
As you bring your axe down, you hesitant because you do not want to cut Harold. As you look over, seeing this strange black-scaled dragonborn wearing this blue tabard as he leans and kind of uses the membrane to stretch it across so that you can cut down that, and at the last second arcing it, barely cutting it, but enough as Harold is already pushing on it, and you see as it just tears and rips out as this liquid just rushes down, and Harold comes tumbling end over end onto the ground.
Well, I'm glad that worked out anyways.
Harold, good to see you again, even though you are covered in goo.
That right there is the first time That's what
My voice changed.
What is wrong with you?
Just
I
to
think
make it clear,
He might be drunk. He does this when he's drunk sometimes.
I'm not covered in goo anymore.
Okay, but
You use prestidigitation?
Yes.
Okay, noted.
boss sounds really weird too.
I'm not sure what y'all talking about. I'm fine.
Did you guys get into something last night?
Who are you missing? What we're doing?
What the hell is he talking about?
Ginny, if you would like to describe your character, please.
Oh, sure. Okay, so Tillie is a halfling. She's sort of short and curvy, and she has very thick, curly black hair that's pulled up into a high ponytail. Get it out of her face. She's wearing some sort of faded floral print harem pants and got wraps and stuff on her. Just sort of utilitarian clothes. She's like wringing goo out of her ponytail.
Like
you,
you.
you all seem to know each other.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Seisha.
Hi, I'm Tillie. Is this?
Is this? This isn't ours. Is this yours?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was pretty much under the impression this was probably your fault, so... Not your fault?
Not my fault.
Not your fault, her fault.
Well, if it's my fault, I don't think it is.
I buy that.
Can I roll an insight
Hi,
check?
Kaiser.
You can roll an insight
Hello,
check.
good to see you, Best Friends Guild.
It's good to see you too.
You do not know this halfling either.
No, we don't.
I see. This is odd. I was in Salt Marsh when last
Do you
I
think this-
recall.
Do you think this is all like hag magic crap?
That right there makes a lot of sense.
Could be. I was battling a hag in Salt Marsh. The details are fuzzy, hard to remember. What is the last thing you recall?
Having a normal voice.
Yes.
We were getting ready to guard someone's house for the night, and then everything went dark and bright and loud, and then silent, and then there was goo. And I think you know the rest.
Yes. The common thread here is goo.
So everybody sees Vinley intently staring at this halfling person wearing wraps and robes around it, but can't quite pick up a bead on them.
Bentley, it's rude to stare.
Unless you're staring at me, in which case that's natural.
It's fine. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, okay.
Hey, anybody know where the hell we are?
So
Throwing that out
I
there.
think not.
with that, you all realize that the sound around you is muffled, and that the first thing you notice after escaping whatever fleshy prison it was that held you captive, it is utterly, bitterly cold. You know if you stay here for too long, it will not end well. As you look around, somehow to ascertain where you may be, hoping to find shelter, you realize you are no longer on Terrell. The nebulous sky above dances around like clouds made of oil and blood, swirling in on itself with the inky void that is in the vastness of the stars.
No thanks.
The dark, muted crimson sky is illuminated by 7 moons that look as if they are covered in horrific scars of burnt flesh stretched across their surface, with large hollow chunks removed from its form. A few of the dead moons in the far distance can be seen broken away by massive, slowly writhing tendrils bursting from below its surface, reaching out into the vastness of space.
Just because there's tentacles doesn't mean it's me.
Although you hear sound around you from your movement or when you talk, there is no ambient sound emanating from the world around you. The silence is almost deafening, but it is anything, it's definitely unnerving. However, although you can't hear it, you can definitely feel the energy of this place filling you with dread, like your heart is sinking into your stomach. A feeling Vio Miliana hates because she recognizes it.
I want to go home.
As you look out into the empty plain, you see stretches of rolling round hills, interwoven and folded around each other like the slukai of a brain. Sharp shards of crystallized amber, covered in the same black tendrils of the pods, protrude everywhere across the surface like rocky desert. The jagged rocks resemble more like rusted, broken, and jagged blades sticking out through flesh, creating harsh, deep shadows nestled below their outcroppings.
As you look along the horizon, you see thousands more of these bronchi polyps far off in the distance, of every direction, like a small cancerous growths. And with it, you see a few other people wandering aimlessly, most of which you see seem to be looking at the only beacon of tangible comprehension. In the far-off distance before you is a colossal pyramid, split down the middle and separated by thousands of feet, but from here, it appears to be merely inches. A pillar of light radiates through the void and from the pyramid, and up into the heavens from between it, where it eventually fades away from perspective. It's at this point that those of you with a passive perception of 14 or more notice the massive ships floating through a dry thunderstorm, rendering the vessel nearly invisible against the nebulous sky.
So this place is cozy. Let's
really wanna
get
go
the hell
home.
out.
All right. First things first, y'all.
All of a sudden,
I
tendrils shoot up from the ground and wrap around Kaiser Vex and V.
Cool.
As they pull
chill.
down, they almost seep into your skin.
No.
I've moved to cut.
I would like
And
to.
as you move over there, it's gone, like it was never there. The two of you now have Death Ward.
We have a what?
You now have Death Ward.
Death Ward. That's good. That's good. So tentacles are good. Good. Yes.
If you
Goo
were,
bad, tentacles good. We're learning.
Can someone explain to me what Death Ward is?
if you were to die, you don't.
Oh, well, you know, I kind of already had that built in, but with my health.
As soon as you hit 0, you go to 1, and if anything instantly kills you, it
nullifies the effect.
nullifies the effect.
Thick yeah.
Not bad.
All right. Well, as we learn the new rules of this here prairie, it is important, I think, first that we seek some sort of either shelter or maybe a place we can regroup. If we stay here, it's like the devil's ass out here. It's just cold as hell.
well, pause.
Yes, it is much as you say, like the devil's ass.
Would you like
Yep, I did say that, didn't I?
the creepy pyramid?
That's
Or
really the only
sky
choice we got.
What sky what?
Lungs.
Sky lungs?
That's what the inside of a lung looks like, everyone.
In the cloud crackling with heat, lightning far away, you all see organic ships listing through the air, suspended by long tendrils that reach for miles down to the surface. The base covered in a slick, shiny, black, leathery hide, stretched across the plates and folds of the tapering ship with a rounded, almost phallic bow. Its full shape resembles what you could imagine to be a demonic, dragon-headed jellyfish.
Creepy temple, please.
Your brain floods with all of the incomprehensibilities wrought before you. I need everyone to make sanity checks. Now, for those who are new and don't know what those are, this is our homebrew custom ability. Your sanity check is your wisdom modifier plus your intelligence modifier divided by 2.
Yeah, it's your average of the two. Then
Oh,
you
no.
roll a d20 and add that number. So we're going to do, once again,
So, sorry, what?
down the
Wait.
line. Say again?
I'm really bad at listening.
Goblin.
Sorry.
Goblin, Seisha, you have advantage.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Because she's
Not my
tentacle
intelligence.
face.
So you're rolling.
You
Thank
know
you,
what?
donations.
A lady never tells. That's going to be an 18.
Okay, cool.
Not divided by 2.
No.
I know,
It's,
the
that's
bonus
the
is
final
divided by two.
modifier. So your modifier is your intelligence and wisdom modifier. Add those together. Divide that by 2.
Round
then
down,
add d20.
correct?
Oh, okay.
Yes, round down.
Okay, yeah, then 18.
All right.
12.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
I've seen worse.
I got 4.
Awesome.
That's worse. 15.
Okay.
12.
All right.
21.
All right. So, Voss, your head begins to, just as you watch, your head begins to feel as if it's splitting open. Almost as if it just, there is nothing but that pain. And to the point where you can barely speak and breathe. When finally you can gasp for air, and you now speak like Narcissus.
Oh, God, why?
Donations.
Oh, that was bad times I done just had, yeah.
What?
You feeling okay over there, boss, or you need
I feel hunky stories. Let's move to the pyramid of murder, please.
Tillie, I need you to roll me a D100, please.
Well, that's happening.
Yes.
Can I check boss's head? See if he inhaled goo or something?
Medicine check. 54? Yeah. I need you to roll me
A D100?
Yes.
It's a good solid 23 for my medicine check, by the way.
Okay.
Fix what's wrong with me.
So Tillie, although unknown to them so far, you recognize them, but for some reason you hold where you are against them, and you must mock. You choose one of them, and you must mock them from now on until otherwise stated.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?
And I have to mock them?
Yes.
For the rest of the game?
Yeah, until otherwise stated.
Okay.
You don't have to say who it is. Just let it happen.
Boss, hold still, please.
Okay, I rolled a 66.
Okay.
Is boss dying?
He was
Slowly,
nodding over
but
here.
yes.
No, not dying.
No? Okay.
Yep.
Did he hit his head? Is he good? Just fucking weird?
Yeah.
I would like to cast
it's-
protection from good and evil on him.
Okay.
Vio Miliana,
Yeah.
you are compelled to speak all of your thoughts aloud.
Oh.
For those of you new to the game, this is bad.
Oh no! I feel like a lot of feelings are about to get hurt.
Oh yeah.
So this place is kind of creepy. Do you mind if I stick with you guys for a little bit?
Yeah,
I'm sure that's fine.
That seems like a fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, your butt's really big. I wonder
Whoa,
if she squats
Miliana!
a lot. What? Oh my god. I'm sorry.
It's fine. No, it's fine. You're right. Like, I squat a lot.
I do like your pants if they weren't cheaply made.
If you could excuse me for a moment so I can talk to my friend.
What is happening?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I just think something and I say it and I can't stop it.
I am going to observe this conversation and use...
Why are you so weird when you talk? Can you just talk normally? I don't understand.
What?
You're cool and you're nice and all, but like, sometimes it freaks me out. I'm sorry.
Oh, I have a speech impediment where I sound creepy.
He does.
I'm using my insight during this conversation just to see what kind of beat I'm picking up on the halfling.
Okay, go ahead and roll an insight.
So that 16th birthday party, I got you a gift. You said you loved it. You said I got you a candle. Did you actually love it?
No, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
My
It's
roll
okay.
was
I paid like 2 cop.
my roll was a 16 plus 6, 22.
22. What is the halfling feeling?
Oh, she's just doing her best. She's trying to deal with what's happening. She's not upset. She's much more upset by the goo than by the pants insult.
After all the money my family has given you over the years, and you literally spent 2 copper to get me a cheap candle that I didn't even like.
But the only reason I only spent 2 copper is because I only had 5 minutes to find it before the party.
Harold Hovelton, you shut your mouth and don't take advantage of this situation. No.
We're right here right now. We need to bring it down to about here.
Gosh, I hope Boss's voice never changes from this.
I don't like this place.
So let's all group together. You're welcome to come. I'm just gonna flow with it. We're just gonna flow with it. You know? And
I like him better this way.
I'm voting for the murder pyramid. Who would raise your hands?
I think this is the first time I don't want Boss to die.
Oh my god!
No, she's being her usual mega bitch. It's fine.
But before we kill each other, could we maybe just go?
I hope Boss stays like this forever.
All right. do you guys set forth towards the pyramid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe not. Maybe we should go to the tentacle guy thingy because
Any good reason? Can you think of
yeah,
one good
because
reason?
when those tentacles like touched us, we it felt good.
It feels good when the tentacles touch
It was
us.
a good time. I think that's something we can trust. I don't like the pyramids because they just look ominous and weird.
No, the tentacles don't feel good when they touch you. We're gonna go to the big creepy pyramid.
I feel like I can't die right now.
Good for you!
Okay, everybody, show of hands. We have two choices. Who wants the murder pyramid? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Voss and Harold, at this moment, your head again begins to split like 1,000 minds coming to it, and you're back to your normal voices.
You okay?
Oh.
Speak of this to anyone ever again.
And now I want him to die again.
Wow, it's crazy that you just have another weird voice on now. It's like I'm really curious about what it normally sounds like because all of these are just too much.
Didn't we vote? I think we voted to go to a pyramid, right? We're going to the pyramid? Well, we should go to the pyramid. We're going to the pyramid.
I think the pyramid's a bad idea, but I guess I'll go anyways because it's not like anyone listens to me. Anyways.
I do.
Thank you, Seisha.
Weapons drawn,
Yeah.
anticipating what god-awful horrors are waiting for us in that direction.
I will
Yeah.
take the lead and start walking to creepy pyramid.
I'll take the middle.
I'll take right behind her. I would like to roll perception to see if I can keep an eye on anything that seems I'm approaching. It's not weird because everything's weird. Anything that looks like it's coming towards us for death.
Nothing's coming towards you. As you look around, you notice that there are other bodies in the pods that were around you. There are multiple other ones. There's about 3 other humanoids that you can see the silhouette of in these pods.
I'm gonna
Not
start
my pod,
moving
not my
towards
problem.
one of them to try to release the person.
Okay, you see a half-elven woman, a young human boy, and a kinku.
Going for the young human boy.
I'll help with the boy.
I will save the Kinko.
Yeah, me too. I'll help with that.
Okay. I'll get the half-elven woman.
Okay, you guys are getting them all?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm attacking.
Okay, go ahead, make your attacks or strengths or.
Yeah, I
however
will
you
pull
wanna
out my purple crystalline dagger.
Goblin, your roll is a natural 20.
Wow. Thank you, donators. Maybe pass some of that love to the accordion playing bard.
My attack is 16. I don't even know if it matters.
I mean, you got a Chicago accent, dude. I mean,
Congratulations.
I did.
Tillie, you have a D12 inspiration die to roll on at any point during this game.
Yes, you do not have to use it now, just at any point. So, natural 20. As Voss, as you go to help Seisha, it's almost like so quick you didn't see it happen as she cuts open this pod and you're there to catch the child that pours out. The child seems to be stable and breathing as it coughs up some of this ooze and liquid.
Seeing hurt anywhere.
It does not seem hurt, just like as you are not hurt. And you two released, or you were helping, you and Kaiserbeck's release the small bird-like corvid that comes out and flutters a little bit, but obviously trying to wick the ooze from its body and lands at its feet. And then you were cutting out
The half-elven woman. I got a 20.
Yeah,
Got it.
I was gonna help with that, and
All
I
right.
rolled a 10.
easily. You guys work together and cut it across. The woman rolls over the ground and stretches out her arms and yawns as she stands facing away from you at first. And she goes, honey, is it morning already? Who are you? Why are you here? Why am I coming to you? What? Why are you in my house? Oh my God! What is that?
If this is
Where
your
am
home,
I?
I don't want to be here anymore, and I'd like to leave.
The young boy wakes up trying to wipe the goo away from his face. Starvin? Gross. Did you wet the bed again? Don't take the blame. Ah, Mom!
okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
The black feathered humanoid hops up and shakes its head awake.
Wake up! Early bird gets the worm.
This is a sticky situation.
Kraken! Kraken! As it's pointing towards the ship.
Oh, these are the many voices it's doing?
Yes.
That's cool.
Kinku can only speak in mimicry.
Yeah. So you watch as every one of their breaths begin to sharpen and quicken as their pupils in their eyes dilate further than they should, creating only the thinnest halo of their irises left, nearly blacking out their entire eye. The sight goes from bewilderment to that of pure crazed hysteria as you stare back into their vacant gaze.
I'm not gonna say I told any of you so, but
Now is not the time, Venley.
I need everyone to roll
I am
initiative.
going to sing a song.
Initiative?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, I don't want to think.
who's gonna kill the kid?
Like we
Is
said,
there like an anti-dibs? I'm calling anti-dibs on that.
like we said, dark themes. So.
Yeah. That was
think it's-
goes. I'm
no.
killing a child.
It's not going to be me because of my initiative roll. The
No.
kid will be dead long before you get to me.
All right. So let's go ahead and 25 to 20.
20.
Boss, I believe your dex is faster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 20 to 15.
19.
18.
17.
16. 15.
Counting with
And we
D4.
broke $1,000. Just wanted to go ahead and let everyone know that. Thank you all so much.
That was quick. That was real quick. Thank you guys. So 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
Oh, no.
5 to 1.
Natural one.
0. Okay, got it.
Yay,
yes.
negative dex modifier.
Okay, boss, with the kid now out of your arms, looking at you with crazed hysteria, it is your turn. What do you do?
Drop weapon. No way to control this kid. Pull out rope. I know he's got some dialogue.
Okay.
I overpower a child.
Hit me. Go ahead and make opposed grapple check. 12. But the thing is that with you would think that it's gooey, but it's with unnatural strength that this kid grips your arms away from him, and he leans down, hunching his back, and begins to growl. Okay, got it. B.
Yeah.
You you stand before the woman who screamed out and now also looks at you with hellish intent.
Ew. Hey. What's up? You look terrifying. I'm still doing the I say everything I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, what does she look like?
She has let's say dark auburn hair.
You making this up?
Okay.
Yeah.
You making this up on the spot?
Yeah, I am. These are random people in pods, man.
Okay. That's fine.
Yes.
My name's Crystal.
There you
She's
go.
part
Half
of
elven woman.
Hey, I know I'm big and scary, but I promise I'm not gonna like hurt you. Like it's cool. Like you don't need to keep staring at me like that. Please stop. You're making me really uncomfortable. I'm a little insecure about this. You're being kind of rude.
Are you trying to?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not gonna just fight a woman who's staring at me.
That's fair. Harold, it is your turn.
I'm gonna hold my action to see what half-elven lady does.
Okay, sounds great.
And if she attacks either of us, I'm gonna cast something.
Got it.
But I've got the kind of like, I'm gonna let her take control of this. She seems like she's convincing.
Tillie, it is your turn.
So we don't. They haven't threatened us in any way yet.
No, but you can tell that something has affected their mind. Maybe they're about to speak in a weird accent, or maybe they're about to speak aloud how they truly feel about you, or mock you.
Kill them now.
I'm sure as to what's about to happen.
Okay, well, I would like to hold my action until any of them do anything threatening, and I would want to try and restrain them if they did.
Okay, noted. Vinley.
Okay, so for my turn, I'm just gonna do something real simple. Am I close to any of them? Please say no.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor and pull out my Wand of Magic Missiles for next turn.
Noted. So, with that, the woman staring at you, she looks at you, and you watch as her mouth elongates, as her jaw unhinges.
No.
And she is going to go after the person that's closest, and that is going to be V.
Cute.
So opposed grapple checks.
Oh,
What do I use for that?
strength.
Strength? Oh, a strength check?
Or athletics, I think, actually.
Athletics.
Yes, it is athletics. It is strength based.
Perfect.
Nice.
That's gonna be 21.
A 21, 19.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
This thin
Damn.
woman, obviously, you tower over her, being a Goliath, and also should easily overcome her with your strength. But it is a struggle as you watch, as she grapples around you, wrapping her legs and arms, and you feel her start to squeeze the air out of your lungs before you burst her off of you, throwing your arms into the air.
What is she, a snake?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast that spell now.
Okay.
I just need to. Personal reasons.
Also, while this is happening, the Kinku gets down on all fours as its wings bend at the tips, and it begins scurrying across the ground. Going
I got it.
Is he turning into an abyssal chicken?
I think all of these count as threatening.
Yes, they all count
I
as
would
threatening.
like to try and grab one of them.
Awesome.
Probably the Kenku. I assume I was closest to the Kenku.
Yes, as the Kinku goes to try and rush you, you can use your held action. Harold, what did you do?
I am casting Eldritch Blast.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah!
Sorry, what? What spell was that?
First one is a 11 to hit.
My bard did what?
And you're attacking.
Your
the-
bard just
the
got
woman
badass.
lady. Okay, got it.
And the second one is a 12 to hit.
So you see Harold pull out his newly acquired gem dagger from when he disappeared within the bag. When your golden dragonborn friend appeared, and Harold tried to save Biblio.
Too soon.
With
I
this
didn't.
dagger, he pulls it deftly and throws it at the woman. As you watch it glow with energy, she dodges out of the way quickly. And with that, you see it disappear and then reform into his hand, and as he throws another one. This one making purchase into her sternum. Go ahead and roll damage.
Not my fault. Why are you giving me that?
She
Your
will
tentacle
take
face.
9 points of what kind of damage does this do? Wicked. Force damage.
Got it.
And all Harold says is, "Get the fuck off her."
So for everyone who doesn't know, that's not normal.
I don't know. It seems
Harold
pretty
just
normal
usually
to me.
sings songs. So you are grappling.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I did. I got 22.
Awesome. That is a 21.
Nice. Nice.
I'm gonna look over at Voss and say, maybe your kid is just a lot stronger.
As you watch
Gee, I
this
wonder who she chose.
small halfling frame jump on to the back of this Kinku and begin wrestling it like a greased pig.
I think I know who Ginny picked.
Let's not jump to any assumptions just yet.
Okay. But you do thwart it from attacking you and anyone else.
Oh my god, thank you.
It is
Wait, no.
Kaiser Vex's turn. Very well. How far is the Kenku from me?
you assisted in freeing it, so it was stopped very quickly by this halfling who is now wrestling it.
Very well. I shall attack it. It is a 17 plus 6, 20.
23 definitely hits this thing.
Well, this will be a guiding bolt.
There is a flash. You keep rolling up damage. Keep rolling damage.
Very well, so that is a total of 13 points of radiant damage.
As this flash of energy hits it, you watch as it goes from golden bright to blackness as it hits this creature, and you watch as the wounds that are on it close up as your attack has healed it. As some strange wild magic surge just happened.
Ouch.
Yeah. But why though? That's a big whoops.
I yelled to the Kenko, remember who helped you out?
The Kingu continues to squeal.
Question, will the next attack on it still have advantage?
It will, since it did hit, but it did heal it.
Yes.
Alright, so it is Vex's turn.
Wait.
Sorry,
Wait.
hold on.
I'd like to go.
Stacious, I don't know why I wrote that.
I'm so proud of you.
I am very proud of myself too. Why is that on there? Stacia, it is your turn.
So what's the little kid doing at this point? Just growling at boss?
Huh?
The little kid's just growling at boss?
Yes, he has his back is hunched and he is currently growling at boss.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in front of boss and try to lock my arms around the kid.
Okay, you're gonna try and grapple the kid?
Yeah.
Got it.
Ooh, yay! That's a 24.
He got a 78.
Sorry guys, we're getting so many donations. All my attention is on trying to make stuff happen to the players. Thank you all so much. So if it seems like I'm a little quiet tonight, this is why. And it's amazing.
So all the good and bad things will happen from this guy. I will just narrate the terrible, terrible things of this world.
Sweet.
So, easily and deftly, it's as if the kid did not even see you coming, so focused on boss. You easily grab him up. What do you do?
I am going to just hold him, and I guess that would have counted as my action, correct? Scooping him up?
Yes, the grapple is your action.
All right, well, then I am going to actually cast, oh wait, no, I dropped that. Never mind, I'm just scooping him up and holding him.
Got it.
And singing him a lullaby.
And then the German suplex.
Oh, never mind. I guess he's not strong at all.
As this
just focus on wrestling that chicken to the ground, if you would, please.
And as Tillie is wrestling said Kinku, fog begins to seep out of her flesh.
This way?
Yes.
Okay.
And begins
Once again,
to
I told you all.
obscure the entire area as a wild magic surge happened. Thank you to Charles R.
Yes.
Thank you.
So through the chaos, you all lose grip of these greased up people. You hear them scream out into the shadows, all trying to find your bearings. And when the fog fades, it's just you all standing as if whatever these people were ran off into the distance.
They're not gonna come back later.
I will.
We're gonna need to discuss that.
What? I threw a knife? We need to discuss that I throw knives?
That wasn't just a knife. That disappeared and then reappeared.
So it's a special knife. What are we all worried about? I use knives to open our mail.
Everyone, I want to get the hell out of here as quick as possible to the pyramid, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
As the fog fades, you also notice
The strange ships in the distance move closer and closer to the escaped people from their pods. You watch in horror as creatures with dark, slick, rubbery skin, like that of whale's hide stretched across bones, swoop down like a swarm of bats from the storming sky. Large, leathery, bat-like wings protrude from their gaunt, arched backs. Their grotesque, blank faces, like black paper, thin, waxy skin stretched across an otherworldly, featureless skull that contains two large, black rings, springbok antelope-like horns. They can't see You cannot see the tendrils on their abdomen, but you know that they are there, as these creatures are the ones that tried to take Renair, oh so long ago.
No.
Okay, but
no,
what if
no.
that didn't happen?
They all
God!
and they all seem to be swarming like select pods and ripping people from their slumber as the silence of the world becomes nothing but the faintest orchestra of screams and laughter across the desolate landscape. From the reaping, you see the ship's tendrils wrap around people wandering the plains and retracting them up like a harvest,
We should run.
pulling them into the ship.
Running is good.
I want to go home. We gotta take off running toward the pyramid.
Does this seem like any plane that I've ever heard of?
You can make an Arcana check.
I don't know why I haven't done this. I'm the magic user. Oh, cool. 19.
Wait, can I try to outroll her?
You can,
Go
and
for
it's a natural 20. Thank you, Wyatt.
Yeah!
It's fine. She needs the help.
I'll see you outside
There's trouble in
after this
paradise.
is over.
Ooh, burn.
So, you do not know specifically where you are, but all the things that you've read about or have heard about, you two come to the conclusion that you are in the far realm.
We're in the far realms.
No.
Yeah, no, we're in the far realms.
The
Okay.
pyramid!
Yeah, we need to go. We need to move. Let's hustle. Let's
Okay.
go. Come on.
All
Do
right.
we have a plan for what happens if anybody else's eyes go crazy and they start growling and spider walking? And
We
stuff?
make them a member of the
And
group.
as
I
you
treat
say
them like
that,
a letter, and I
your
open them.
head begins to
I
split.
hit him really hard.
Wait, who?
Until they
And
stop
Tillie,
moving.
and you start to talk in a very Eastern European accent.
I don't know why. Oh,
Wait, what?
Is this your real voice, and you had a weird voice before, and this is your normal voice? Or
This is happening while we're moving.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
while we're running. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Do we have to
I
all
don't
motion
really
it?
know what's going on,
don't have
but
to all motion it.
the pyramid, please.
It's crazy that you actually talk like that. I was going to suggest killing the next person. So.
No.
You didn't kill him when he was talking all crazy. He's still talking all
Well,
crazy.
we know him.
Then
Although
we-
I would prefer we just kill him.
No. We're not
Sometimes.
killing
But
anyone.
here's the thing, but then we wouldn't get to see his nice butt all the time.
V, Harold,
Oh no.
Voss,
I say nothing.
and Seisha all double over in pain as you feel hundreds of voices enter your mind.
Oh, okay.
This is not ideal.
It's crazy. I see.
V, Russian.
Oh, hello.
Ethan, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah!
Logan, Irish. And
What?
Goblin,
Irish.
Southern.
Oh, clutch my pearls.
What the hell are we doing not moving towards the pyramid?
Sugar, we better get running right now.
How far till pyramid?
What have we done?
We want to give thanks to Strike, Evan, Catherine.
Donna, Matthew, and Sway.
Thank you.
I gotta say, I'm pretty inspired right now, so we should start heading in that direction. Oh, it's not so funny when it happens to everyone else, is it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're all having a good
As far
time.
as I'm concerned, this is an upgrade.
I am just going to point out that this is the first time this has happened to some of us, whereas other people with weaker wills apparently have been going through this quite a bit.
Perhaps
as long
I'm
as we
just-
keep moving, we'll be fine.
For all you know, I've been fucking with you this entire time.
That actually makes more sense than anything we have seen today.
Ooh, yeah.
Children, stop this fighting.
I hate this.
Legal pyramid.
So everyone, as you're running, the cold starts to take over as you're breathing in this other world's atmosphere. I need everyone to make a con save.
Oh,
no.
Tillie, yours is a natural 20.
Wow!
Thanks, David.
No.
Okay, down the line, Seisha,
It's a bit chilly, and I rolled a 7.
Boss.
It is 4.
What?
4. 4.
4 it is, okay.
I got an 18.
Noted. Natural 20, Harold.
That's right, natural. Oh, no, 17.
B.
It is 14. 14. I'm not good at this accent. I'm doing my best.
Also 14. Sorry. Also 14.
So the two on that far end, those and anybody below 12, which I don't think, but who rolled less than 5? Voss, not only do you take 4 points of cold damage along with Seisha.
Quick question. Can I uncanny dodge the wind?
If you would like to hold your breath for the entire encounter, sure, but too late.
Well, all right then.
So, you and Seisha both take 4 points of damage, but you specifically also gain a level of exhaustion.
Always with the exhaustion.
Yep.
Hello, darkness, my old.
I know it's like really hard to fight and like fight little boys, so I understand why you're.
Hey, what's your deal?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm usually really nice, so.
Yeah, you say that, but you know your mouth's saying something different. So I'm just saying maybe shut one of them.
I do not trust you, small one.
We can settle this in a squared circle later.
Everyone, we all need to calm down and get into that building because it is far too cold out here and my delicate little magnolia petal self is starting to brown.
Everyone feels as if they're punched in the stomach and everything goes back to normal. Except Kaiservex, you feel as your head begins to ache, as the scales from your forehead pull apart as an orb pulls itself from your skull and begins to hover around your head. You now have an ion stone and have +1 to your armor class.
I think it's good stuff.
That's not okay.
That came
Voss,
out of me.
Your arm begins to quail and shake as it begins to extend and go down as your arm turns into a flesh-like rapier. You now have a +1 rapier.
Thanks, I hate it.
Me?
Yes, you.
Hey, Kaiser, when you're done with that thing, can I keep it?
It came out of me. I'm going to put it back in.
I am not even going to attempt to put this back into myself.
I am incredibly uncomfortable right now.
What happened to my super cool voice? I want it back. Squared circle. A foreign object. Damn it.
Everyone head to the Pyramid of Chaos.
Looks like you're no longer the cream of the crop, huh?
I know. I just wanted to show them how macho I was. Get out of this madness. The macho madness.
So, coming up ahead of you is a bunch of these outcroppings of these jagged amber rocks, whatever they may be, milky and yellowish in nature, but they are creating harsh shadows that you could cower through if you so wish.
Cowering is my special ability.
Is everybody taking stealth, or are you guys gonna book it across the top?
Booking it!
I am a 7-foot-tall dragonborn in full plate. I'm just going to, I'm not going to attempt stealth.
If I see them booking it, I'm booking it.
I don't have a good history of stealthing, so I'm just going to barrel through with my homie over there.
Yeah.
What's up? Team barrel through!
Can I keep up with them if I stealth?
No, you will
Then
slow
I
down.
cannot.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yep. Okay,
Yep.
everybody's running then.
Oh God! Oh God!
I know it's a bad decision, but I'm making it anyways.
So I will assume that you guys will still try and take the shadowed path instead of the light.
Yeah.
Although you are not stealthing. Okay.
What's happening in those shadows?
So as you're running and the light goes from that faded red back into darkness, as you're cutting through these outcroppings of these shards that stick out from the ground, you find yourself running through one of the shadows as the sound around you changes. Not only just the sound, but you feel the faintest warm breeze lap against you. Your vision tunnels as the shadows around you twist, and before you, you find yourself on solid ground in the pitch black dark.
those of you with dark vision can see the constructed tunnels of hewn stone. Where you were once exposed to the outside world of an alien world, you now feel the paranoia of claustrophobia start to take hold, finding yourself somehow instantly surrounded by stone.
I would like to pull out my moon-touched rapier.
All right, and as you pull out this with the other hand, kind of having to pull it as one arm is now an actual blade.
Yeah, that's a thing.
A faint silvery blue glow illuminates like a torch.
I'm gonna cast light on my shield.
Noted that. A golden light appears and lights the way.
Okay,
No, what were you going to say?
Easy, easy. She's a guest.
She doesn't feel like a guest.
No, that's gone. That's gone.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. Can you? I'm sorry. Can we try again?
Yeah, try again. I want to hear another one. I mean, yeah. I mean, she seems so genuine.
You know, you had the crazy accent, and and I just felt, it just came out.
Boss, be nice.
I know. In any other situation, no, but yeah, things are odd right now. So I won't hold this against you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nor will I ask you to shake my hand.
Okay.
Which is what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
The hand, it's not your fault.
As far as we know.
I'm just assuming this is my life now. Like
I would actually like to cast Divine Sense just to see if there's anything that pings from that around us.
Sure. As you cast Divine Sense, is Savard here?
Yes, and I never cast that spell.
So
I never had a chance to. So it's undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ping a small undead.
Okay.
But that is it.
No.
Over 30 days.
With the uncertainty of where you are or what could be clinging to the shadows of these labyrinth passageways you now find yourself in, you find solace and comfort in your mind as it desperately clings to the feeling of relief from the normalcy of your surroundings, even if it's only temporary. In the distance, you hear the faint cadence of hammers and pipes against stone. With everyone that casted light, now everyone can make a passive or an active perception. Do that.
Gosh, yay!
And you still have a D12, Jenny, just so you know. That did not work.
That was a 19.
9.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Tillie,
I got a 6.
Harold, 21.
10.
11.
11. Everyone above 16. As you look around, you see the hewn stone of metamorphic rock trapping fragments of silver veining, so lustrous it has the quality of a mirror. Does anybody do anything with that?
I looked up myself.
Okay.
Oh, remember the thing about the keeper of the dwarven dead and the
Oh, yeah!
the oars.
Speaking through the silver.
Yeah,
Oh, do you have your notebook?
I do.
Pull it out!
Do I have my notebook?
Yeah, you have all of your stuff. As you go to look for your things, though, you notice that none of your consumables, as in those potions you bought, or any spell scrolls that you may have, or anything that is a one-use item, you no longer have.
So I'm counting on you guys.
So my spell books are gone.
No, your spell books are there. It's just a one-use spell scroll would not.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Dumathoin.
Dumathoin.
Oh,
Dumathoin.
I was like, what?
That guy.
Okay, what did it say about, what do we do?
It just talked about how he would talk through the oars and he was the keeper of secrets for the dwarves and the dead, and that you would learn his will through following the oars or something.
Follow the oars.
So what? I can listen to it?
So I think we're hearing the far sounds of dwarven chisels in rock. You hear that, right?
I don't hear anything.
Yes, everyone does hear the faint. Yeah.
Ting, 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 ting.
Even that was before the.
Once it's pointed out to
So
you,
I
then
think
you.
we should
Oh yeah, there it
head
is.
towards the sound.
Yeah, sure. What? It can't get any worse than.
Shut up, Harold!
Say that.
Finley, almost as if taunted by Harold's words,
I hate you so much, Ethan.
you feel a sharp pain as one of your rib bones pokes out and falls out onto the ground and clatters and reforms into a wand.
Okay,
That's actually just really metal.
I'm just
Everyone sees Vinley's eyes start to glow with this black energy smoke.
It's metal as fuck.
Finley, you instantly pick that up and know that that is a wand of fireballs. And as you look at everyone, every single person has no skin and is nothing but muscle and sinew.
So I was about to say I'm sorry, but then you got something really cool, and now, you're welcome.
Can I hear him?
Yes, you can hear them. They still have their same form, size, and shape, but their skin is translucent.
Bentley, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
You need any healing? You good?
I'm going to not look at literally anyone.
Okay. You're really staring at that wall. Are you okay? You feeling?
I'm guessing this place is doing something to her.
Oh yeah.
With this, you see Vinley back up and lean against the wall. And where the silver thread was veining through the stone, you see it as it kind of melts into a pool of mercurial liquid that runs down the hewn stone. You also notice the same milky amber also modeled throughout the stone underneath this silver veining. Through the faint echoes of the mining, you now also begin the faint thrumming of rain start as it comes down one of the tunnels to your left. Which direction do you guys go? Towards the hammers or towards the rain?
I suppose. Which
guess
way do we
the
go? Toward the rain?
hammers?
Well, rain
Because-
is definitely exponentially better than floors.
Okay, well let's head toward the rain. I mean, maybe the stone is speaking.
Maybe we're not in the same place anymore. Maybe we're.
Do you have anything else to go on?
Yep.
Then let's go on that.
What are you doing over there? You look like a horse with blinders on.
Did you just call her a horse?
She's doing this. What else does that?
And as you're walking, Harold, your foot kicks a small chest under you.
Oh no.
Oh man, any other one of my characters would be like, don't trust that, Harold. Ooh, I'm gonna bend down and pick it up.
Alright, you open it?
Oh yeah.
It's a pair of purple pants, and you're compelled to put them on right now.
Oh! No, not the purple pants! He just looks at me and goes, Harold, no. Harold, no. We've been through this so many times.
I can't help it.
Can I rip it from him? Can I try to rip it from him?
You can, yeah.
Okay, strength. Roll.
Make an opposed athletic check.
Okay.
Harold's already down.
Yeah, my normal pants are already off. Like it took that long for me to strip them off. They're basically tearaways anyway.
V, what was that?
Natural one.
Oh, yes. And with that, you go to grab the pants, and you think you got him. You're like, ha, I got him! And you see Harold cinching up the purple, and you look down, and it's his little pants. Yep.
The singing zipper and everything.
Singing zipper and everything.
Yeah, he's got.
As I pull up the zipper, you hear la 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 la.
Sounds like one of those whistles.
Okay, all right. So,
Now, do I come to my
Finley,
senses
when
now
we're out of
and
this,
realize-
we have
Yes,
to make
you
it
do.
very specific. Look at me, Finley. Look at, like, I need to. Why won't? Whatever.
Oh,
we have to
Harold,
make
those
a
look
very
great.
specific ointment that we're gonna need for his legs. He's gonna have rashes for 3 weeks.
Everybody, please. I need a second.
What is happening?
Harold put on the purple pants.
Let me explain to you. This was a bad situation, but now it's worse. Oh my God, it's grating me like mozzarella. It's churning through me like wood. Oh, I'm already rashing up. I hate this place. You wanna
wings, Ethan.
No, they're not. They don't breathe.
Okay.
They're canonically accurate.
So if I'm correct, you're going towards the rain.
Yeah.
Yes.
As
Yes.
far as my 2 stiff legs will take me,
All right.
I will.
You slowly follow the sound of the rain further and further out of the mountain, the sounds of mining fading further and further into the distance. You don't know where you are, but anywhere is better than where you were, or at least you hope. It is at this point that you hear a sound that petrifies you in your tracks, like a chill shock that slithers up your spine, coating your skin in the tiny bumps of horripilation. At first, it sounds like flesh tearing against flesh, followed by a horrific, unearthly, wet, gurgling roar.
Okay.
The sound seems to only be getting closer and closer as it shakes its way up from the depths of the mines. Whatever it is, you know it is far more massive than anything you have ever faced before.
Maybe let's go back to the fort.
We need to go, hide, run, something.
It sounds like it's coming from that direction.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Keep running.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start running out of the mountain as fast as you can, with the warmth of the mines now being cut by the cold winds that wash over you from the rainstorm ahead. It is at this point you come across a 40-foot wide chasm whose depths reach further than your eyes can see. A faint pulsating glow can be seen up ahead, possibly lightning flashes from the outside storm, and in the end of the maze. What do you do?
Without even breaking a sweat, I pull out my grappling hook and throw it across the chasm.
Okay, you have a 50-foot rope with a grappling hook. You can definitely try to grapple to the other side. The only problem is, what will you do after? So go ahead and make...
I can't throw it. I have a rapier arm.
Yes, you
I
do.
need someone else to do this.
I can fly and carry people back and forth.
Don't have to throw it. I have a magic hand.
Okay.
I also have
Then
a
what?
magic hand. It's just not useful in this situation.
As this is going on, Kaiserbeck suddenly grabs his head. According to this, okay, he grabs his head and screams. "Ah!" Then when he looks up, he says,
Yeah, it is all right, my friends. I think I am fine. Everything is how you say A-OK.
Your scary accent got scarier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is scarier even?
Yeah.
Scheiße.
At this point, Seisha doubles over and grabs both sides of her head and just sort of, ah!
Oh, God.
Look, we gotta get over this fort thing chasm, so I'm gonna pop my wings and I'm gonna fly across and I'll grab each of you in turn and we're getting across the fucking chasm.
Tillie also bends over, splitting headache. You guys are gonna have to forgive me because this is all I can manage. She looks up and says, "Get in the chopper!"
And she
know what
points
it
to
means.
Seisha as Seisha's wings burst out from her form. And unlike the natural glow that most people know Asimars to be, her wings glow with a soft white light, but drip with the flow of mists like it did before, as her red hair also wisps up and trails behind her, like as if someone was dropping into a pool of water.
And I'm going to grab,
I back away as soon as this
I'll
happens.
grab Venley and take the grappling hook.
Her eyes are more of the golden white light as they once before. They are not the black scary anymore.
Yay! Yet.
And you definitely just ferry
Yeah.
people across it completely easily.
As one at a time, so that was the first one across. I want to study each of them as they come across, because this is really the only time I'm going to be able to see your muscular structure.
Oh, are we looking at Harold's keister?
It's up. It's like shredded right now.
When I fly Harold across, I'm actually going to kind of circle him a little bit for Venley's benefit, and then set him down.
Okay.
when Kaiservex is brought across, he politely says,
Dankeschön, Fräulein.
Oh, Don't mention it. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, Peter.
Does anyone know what they're saying?
Pleasantries? That's the gist I get. Pleasantries.
What are you talking? What, you can't understand me?
No, nobody here can understand you.
Why not?
Was ist los?
I think I sound fantastic.
You see, I didn't catch any of what either of you said just now.
Do you know why?
No.
Do I know?
Because you've never been on a boat. If you'd been on a boat, you'd know exactly what I'm saying.
I've never
What are you
been
talking
on a
about? We were on a
boat.
boat like last week.
I think
Apparently he didn't learn anything while he was on the boat.
Look, I'm learning a lot right now, okay, about how much I hate pants. We gotta keep going.
As you continue and you all make your way across, screaming across this chasm, as something behind you is also screaming as it's making its way up from the depths.
That's fine.
Schnell! Achtung!
You make your way down a winding passageway that carves through the earth like a snake. In the distance is the cold rain up ahead, but the continuous flashing of light that you now see that it is unnatural in the way that lightning flashes. But it is something that is definitely some type of beacon.
Oh, that's not right.
Once you reach the exterior, standing on the cliff outcropping of this mountain cave, looking out across a vast forest, boss, in this moment, you feel a sharp pain in your head.
I'm starting to enjoy this.
Favorite phrase.
As you and only you see a flash of unknown symbols. In your mind, you hear the words, "A slave I have been and shall remain." Suddenly, you're all snapped back into reality, no longer at the end of the cave, but underneath the outcropping of amber tucked away in the shadows. It seems that your hallucination, you ventured back out into the alien tundra, but you are still now closer to the pyramid. Past that.
Oh, I hate it.
As this occurs, Kaiserbeck suddenly pitches forward again, grabs his head, shakes it, and then looks up. What happened?
Oh,
Hey,
that's a mighty fine voice you got there, sir.
I think I should go.
No, stick around. We could use a man like you.
We should go. We should go to that pyramid.
Whatever you say.
You sound like a guy I could trust. I'm gonna go with whatever you say.
His voice makes me feel compelled to just do what he says.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Can
Do
you
you,
take more?
do you think I have a commanding voice?
I would say it's very commanding.
I think you
I
could probably
almost feel
shepherd us into
shepherded
the-
by
Yes,
it
I
into
will.
it, of course.
I will act as a shepherd to this flock.
I would almost
I'd like
say-
to give you some pamphlets on Bahamut. Every one of you. I'm
almost
a
say
shepherd
that
of
that
sorts.
pyramid looks kind of like a citadel.
It's probably my favorite citadel on the Citadel.
So we're heading that way then.
All my dreams came true at once.
Let's get moving then. Come
And
on.
once we get there, we'll bang on the door. We'll bang, okay? On the door. We'll bang on the door, okay?
I love this
So we'll
plan.
bang, okay?
I'm excited to be a part of it.
Okay.
All right. Let's go bang on the door.
Okay.
Slap my ass and call me Miranda. Let's go.
As you approach towards the beacon, you find yourselves passing through a grove of bronchi pod polyps, each one seemingly an incubator of sarcophagi housing hundreds of thousands of people. About 20 yards away, you see someone darting back and forth through and behind the thick stalks of black tendrils, suspending like cancerous-like growths. Their movement so erratic, it is nearly impossible to discern where they are, where they're going, as you lose sight of them.
Nobody touch. Literally. Last time we opened it? Touch.
No, we learned our lesson last time.
It seems like these people are being collected. I hate collectors.
It's a sterling observation. I agree.
I think we ought to cut him loose.
No, absolutely not. Not after what happened last time.
No, cutting is too much like reaping.
Fair. Hey.
Yeah, again, I can't disagree with this. It's true.
Continue your way over the pliable, slightly moving mounds of organic earth covered in the sticky, clear ichor. You notice that something catches your eye.
Oi!
Through the pods, you've seen every race that does or could walk Toril. Some of you only ever read about it and read about them in books, or heard of in warning through songs or children's tales. But you know of only one lizard folk that wears a lab coat.
No.
And hovering above you, about 8 feet high, nestled in an amniotic sac, peaceful and asleep as you last saw him, is Salazar.
Right,
Salazar!
right. Tillie, come here. I'm gonna give you a boost and throw you in the
No,
air. You're gonna
absolutely not.
We
Absolutely not.
cannot just cut him down. Are you crazy? Did you see what happened to the other ones we cut down?
What is Salazar?
We could be killing him.
What is Salazar?
We can't save him here.
I
We
hate this
can't
place.
beat him either.
We can't abandon him. We have to fight for the lost. That one's more of a deep cut.
I will reiterate that he is not the only one amongst you. There are thousands of people as you're walking through a grove of these things.
It's the only one we care about.
Fair, I'm just putting the mental image.
And again, there is a sucker punch to everyone who has an oddity to them as everything resets.
Wait, what?
You have an accent or something and it's gone.
Ah, good, I don't sound weird anymore.
I feel like I need
Thrilling.
to apologize. Sorry.
What? That was awesome.
Okay.
Should we put it to a vote?
No, it's okay.
Wait,
No, I mean,
does it look like I can punch the sack and just push it?
So think of
Could
think of a tree, right?
Okay.
And all these black tendrils make up the trunk, and then branches reach out into that nestle around these pods. So think of like, if you know what a polyp or a bronchi from inside your lung looks like, it looks like a tree, but instead of leaves, it's a bunch of little orbs in it. So it's like a colony per tree.
And it looks like there are multiple branches of these vine-like tendrils wrapping around them. It's possible, but you don't know how long it would take.
so what about this? We cut him down, right? And something bad happens and he turns bad. We knock him out and we take him back home and we figure it out there.
Okay, why is it every time I have a suggestion, it gets shot down immediately, but then Harold says the same thing and it's still considered a plan?
Because we were just going to cut him down first, but now we have a plan to down him without killing him if we have to.
Okay. Who wants to save Salazar?
Who's Salazar? The lizard folk in that.
Friend
Guy
of
wearing the
ours.
lab coat in the bubble.
Okay, all right.
I believe it's pronounced Salazar.
Tillie, if you would like to make a nature roll about lizard folk, you can do that.
Please.
Oh, that's 3.
Yeah, it should be fine. You know, they're not dangerous in any way, shape, or form.
Sure, okay, let's cut him down.
If we're going to do this before we even cut him down and I pull out the rope,
Wait.
restrain him inside the pod that he's in,
Wait.
I have to be under the assumption that he's going to go crazy as soon as he's out.
Wait.
It took about 10 seconds for them to go crazy last time. We could convince Salazar to start tying himself up.
But here's the thing. If he is in that state, then he's not here in this horrible place, and maybe we should wait till we find our way back and wake him up then.
Salazar would
ships-
want to be with his friends.
The ships were collecting the pods.
I don't think it's a good idea to have Salazar here, though.
Do the four of you still want to break him out?
I don't.
Clarification, the ships were taking the people that were out of the pods.
There were some of those winged creatures were ripping people out.
Oh,
But it was
Maybe we
very few and
I
far
don't
between.
think Salazar could handle seeing the things here because I can barely handle it.
You
But-
currently do not see a floating ship near you, which also was housing those winged creatures.
And I hate to sound rude, but this is the job. he's gonna have to figure it out sometime.
All right, last time, final vote, whatever we decide we do here. Who wants to free Salazar?
I want to free him. I can't keep going knowing he's in there.
That's what we do then. Get ready.
All right, you had... No?
It's the group's decision. We'll do it.
I'm not comfortable with it either, but
Alright, so
we have
should I-
no idea of knowing who's right and who's wrong here.
How far up is he? Can I just like reach and
20
cut him
feet.
down? Okay, can I jump?
have to climb
or
up.
Okay.
Are her wings still out or no?
No, her wings
No, they're
is
I mean,
long
I
past
have
a
pretty
minute.
good.
I give you rope.
I guess it'd be acrobatics, not athletics.
No,
to-
it's
It would be athletics.
Heck yeah! Can I athletics up the?
He's giving
Why
you the
don't you
rope.
Why don't you
Oh, you
yeet
give me
Tillie
a
up?
rope.
Yeet Tillie up.
Yeet Tillie up. Oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
here. All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Come here, Tillie.
Okay, that
Okay.
works. I give...
This is awesome.
All right.
A
I'm
real
gonna-
fastball
I'm gonna
special.
get
Tillie.
down and here's do you have any knives or daggers on you or something? I imagine you need to cut the pod open.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
have a yikuwa.
Oh, good. Okay.
So you see on her back this staff, but on the end of it is similar to a spear, but the spearhead is almost as long as a short sword blade.
Huh.
And it's a little bit shorter than she is.
Tillie, cut him down like a piece of fruit. Wrap him up in this. I hand you the rope. If he goes conscious and he doesn't go insane, we can let him out then.
I agree with that.
All right. So
I know.
athletics check to yeet her up.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Go ahead and
Yep.
It's okay. 14.
Said with such confidence.
I don't know if 14's good enough for this.
I don't know. They look too happy for it to be good.
Oh, this one's on us.
Oh no.
I could roll something.
They're deliberating.
Yeah, no. This makes me nervous.
We'll find it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you threw her?
Oh no.
Is that what you did?
With the 14,
Is
I
that-
went. Yeet.
Okay. I'm gonna need you.
I'm at it.
I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity save in order to grab the branch.
Me? Okay.
Yes.
That is a 21.
Nice.
Definitely, you grab. She didn't quite throw you high enough, but you grab the branch and with your hands and swing around, flip over, and land on your feet right at Salazar's paw.
It's odd. As she swings, you watch as her hair almost begins to kind of move like wisps of shadow. And as she kind of slings, you step, and wherever she steps, a shadow appears, almost forming a place for her to stand on where there wasn't one before.
As Harold watches this, it's like, she can't be cooler than us. That's not fair.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap the pod up in the rope. Right? Wrap the pod up in
Yeah.
the rope?
Okay, are you cutting him out, or are you just wrapping the pod?
I think I'm gonna.
I
I think
said
I'm gonna wrap
Wrap the pod and then cut him down
wrap
like a
the
piece
pod
of fruit.
and then cut. Yeah.
Okay.
Or go cut the pod down.
Cut the pod down, yeah. I'm underneath the pod with, I assume, you.
Yeah.
And
So
you
rope around the pod,
Gotcha.
and then I'm gonna try to sever the pod from what's holding it, rather than opening the pod.
Yes, and then we will open the pod
catch it.
on
Yeah.
the ground.
I'm sure this is gonna
And
be
then we shall
fine.
open the pod. Okay.
Huh?
So
I
like
wanted to
we
leave
got
them.
like $2,000. So that's pretty cool, bitches. All right. So as you're going to cut him, you easily wrap him around, and you get this pod. You can totally. You have like. Huh?
Who did this?
Who did
Abe.
this?
Thanks, Abe. Like, so awesome. Thanks, everybody, for helping us reach 2,000. We have a whole stack over here that we're trying to get through. But as you wrap it around, some creature from out of nowhere, the one that might have been lurking in the shadows before, comes out, and with a crazed and manic voice,
Must not cut! Must not cut! Brain snap the tether. Can't wake up. Won't wake up. We can't escape the dreaming. Look! Look! The fade. The fade.
the emaciated man in rotting clothes. Oh my god. I know.
OMG.
Yeah, the emaciated man of rotting clothes, covered in blood and ichor, ew. Stain smeared across his mouth, points up at one of the pods as you watch the form of the dwarven man in red robes and shaved head with a tattoo fades away.
Awake, awake, not for the Leviathans to take.
So, without the craziness that's happening, he pointed and said, "Do not cut. We won't wake up. You can't escape the dreaming." Then said, the fade, as you watched this man in red robes and tattooed head scalp fade from the polyp itself.
Tillie, stop.
Red wizard, no, don't, stop, bad.
You are at Salazar.
Oh, well,
Stop.
I'm not gonna cut him down now.
Yeah.
Hey, what should I do?
Get back down here.
Stop. Come down.
Okay, I want to jump and do like a cool roll.
Awesome. Jump down and make me
Action
an
rolls.
acrobatics check.
Okay.
Full-blown action rolls.
That's a 25.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Deftly, she lands and rolls, and it's perfectly clean, except for the ichor that sticks to her clothes that covers all of the land.
I
You are
hold
not
back
hurt
my
in any
desire to
way,
applaud.
But you are a little sticky.
I do not.
That
was amazing.
Huh? She's not sticky. I can't have someone looking like that.
Boss, your hand begins.
Oh, thanks so much.
Your hand begins to burn as you watch as a potion of greater healing forms from your flesh.
Can it form from my sword hand, just in a weird, awkward way?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Got it.
What are you doing over there, boss?
I'm working on something. Hold on.
Yeah? Is that what you're doing? Because it looks like you're doing interpretive dance. I'm a bard. I know what interpretive dance looks like.
This
Go ahead.
elongated bulb appears, and you see it swirl with a red liquid as Vinley picks it away from his sword hand.
I am not drinking that.
Your loss.
Then the emaciated man now looks at you.
Awake, awake, not for the Leviathans to take.
Hi.
I'm going to assume that the jellyfish in the sky are the Leviathans.
Have I ever heard of a Leviathan before? Leviathan.
You can roll a nature, but Harold, as you say that, the crazed man smiles a rotting grin through his matted beard and points to the sky at the ships. 15? You've heard stories of things, but it's typically known to you as a kraken.
How do we get out of here? How do we get out of here?
As you ask the man this, suddenly an orange double helix ray racks the man from behind as he screams.
The eye go hide. The eye go hide.
With his final words, you watch as his skin becomes soft and pliable, as it begins to droop and hang off the bone. His body then begins to melt and drip as he slowly begins to dissolve into a puddle of mirror luster mercurial liquid. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Excuse me?
We're gonna take a short break, guys. We'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're over $2,000.
Yeah!
This is insanity, both in game and out. It's amazing. It's far different from our normal gameplay, but it is so much fun, and we have done so much already. We are 500 away for our next giveaway. Let's get it, and thank you all so much for all of your amazing contributions.
We're going to take like a 10-minute break. Yeah. We're going to be a shorter break this time, just so we can, if anybody needs to use the bathroom out in the audience or us, or get some water, something to drink.
How long we got?
How long do we have?
10 to 15. So we'll be back, guys.
Yep. See ya.
Thank you.
We're back, live at Dragon Con. Thank you so much.
Once again, donations are already over $2,000. At $2,500, we're giving away the Falling Star, and at $5,000, we're giving away a signed book of the Tal'Dorei campaign by the cast of Critical Role. So continue bringing in those donations.
And the last two, these Falling Star and the Tal'Dorei campaign setting, can be anybody's, you guys watching online as well as here in the audience, and that will go through the Twitch chat at twitch.tv/RockPunchATL.
Yep. All right. We find our BFGs on a strange world where they are battling not only the elements and the creatures within, but also their own minds. The last thing that happened was a crazed man that stopped them from cutting Salazar loose from one of the polyps screamed out as he said, the eye, go hide, as a orange helix ray slammed into him and causing him to melt into a mercurial liquid.
I hate it.
Hey,
What is
guy.
I'd like to hide.
Where'd all your meat go?
That's a good point.
I would
also
like to
like to hide.
Yeah. What is everybody doing?
Hiding.
Well, hiding.
Well, the crazy
Freaking
Mercury
out.
man told us to
I
hide.
am going to cast invisibility on her,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to hide.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
What is that?
Oh yeah.
It's just a stealth check.
Yes.
All right.
Everybody go ahead and make a group stealth check.
I rolled
Wait,
a 1.
do I have
have
to
a
even though I'm
-1
invisible?
dex.
You have advantage on the roll.
Oh.
Boss.
I'll just use this.
18.
Finley.
8. That's close.
Tillie.
17.
Hey, nice.
Harold.
13.
V.
20.
Ah,
13.
that's fair.
Me and you just with our backs pressed against the wall.
I'm not that easy to hide.
I don't want to hear it. Apparently, you're stealthier than I am. It's not saying much, though.
I was about to say. Anyone's still
What a competition.
I don't think it's a
+0
compliment.
compared to +1.
We're both a bit clanky.
We are. The shadows just don't understand us.
Okay. So, you all hide amongst the stalks. The clinking of the paladin and the cleric's armor slam against the black tendrils. It seems as if Voss, V, it definitely disappears before your eyes. Voss, Tillie, and V all disappear into the shadows. But yes, you watch.
Where are you?
You watch as a smooth flesh, 6-stalked floating creature gazes over the area with precise scrutiny from its 6 eye stalks as its 4 lower tendrils caress the pods it passes by staring at them intently. One of the eye stalks then snaps in Seisha's direction. And the rest of the body slowly turns in her direction before screaming out in a shrill voice.
You're not my overseer.
I'm sorry, what?
Hi.
I'm just gonna
You're not my
slowly pull
overseer.
my shield up.
Do I recognize this creature?
You can go ahead and make an Arcana roll.
I would like to as well.
Go ahead.
Oh.
That's gonna be a 10.
9.
This is straight
Oh
up.
my god, did I outroll you?
If you haven't, if you're new to the show, this doesn't happen.
It happened!
Right? That's important.
That's
I've never seen someone be so excited
Seisha,
over
roll
a
a charisma
10.
saving throw.
The best you both get is it is a beholder kin.
Whatever, I got higher than her. That's
Can
enough
I-
for me.
Can I hit it?
Once
this is done, yeah.
Yes.
As you move to do that, I moved from the shadow, stopped you, and I said, we must wait.
Oh my god.
Opportunity will come, it will.
Charisma saving throw.
Fuck.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh no, the paladin
With
has to make a
advantage?
charisma saving throw.
Well, it's a 17.
All right. This almost clear, ghostly, like, with essence trailing off of it, strikes at you, and you're able to you feel a shudder through your body, but there doesn't seem to be any real effect.
That wasn't nice. I'd like to attack it.
Well, everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Raised Obsidian doesn't like me tonight.
Oh no. 25 to 20.
21.
Oh.
20 to 15.
18.
19.
15 to 10. 10 to 5.
A 7 I have.
8.
Because somebody said my next roll was going to be a 1.
Ooh. Who did it?
V made a donation.
It wasn't me.
5 to 1.
Oh God.
I still got higher than you. Wow.
Who's left?
No one. I have a 6.
Okay. Got it. Awesome. Out the gate is this multiple-eyed creature.
No thanks. Was this a donation or did you plan this?
You don't know.
I don't like how
Why are
you're
you
staring at me.
rolling so many dice?
Don't look at me. No. Don't say my name. Keep my name out your mouth.
Harold have. Yeah, Harold. Right, it's 3.
Why are you saying my name? Does it like me? It likes me, right?
It wants to take you on a dinner date, Carol. It's the pants. They're calling it.
It's the pants.
Let me try those on.
I can't get them off.
Seisha, I need a Constitution saving throw from
Oh
you.
no! Could I do charisma again?
Finley, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
It's
Harold,
better
I need
than
a
charisma.
Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh boy, Constitution! I'm a bard.
That is going to be a 9.
All
right.
Thank you.
So we're back to normal. I got a 16.
Okay. All right.
That's the one?
Yep.
Roll a D100.
Who?
Me?
You, Seisha.
Oh no!
See, I'm just too good. I don't get to roll all the fun dice.
Come on, new dice.
25.
5.
Okay. As this beam hits you, you slowly feel your body shudder as you look down and your feet begin to turn to stone. You are
guys?
now restrained.
Can't do
guys!
nothing about
Oh no, Seisha! Your feet! They're stone!
Help me! Wait, are you mocking me?
Wait, if I break them, will it break your feet off?
Yes, probably.
I don't know whether to be
What'd you
afraid
get?
or offended
16.
right now.
Okay. You are hit with this like greenish, with like pink or purple veins coming through it as it slams into you. Your entire body shudders as your flesh literally begins to move off of itself, and then it slams back, and nothing changes.
Because color was in, the ray that hit Seisha was an orange double helix. Harold, what did you get?
A mighty 6.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
All right. Your entire body locks up. You are paralyzed.
Take out all the spellcasters. Do it.
All the people that failed their stealth rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, it is V's turn.
Oh. Harold? Why do I sound like a chipmunk? This seems like something for someone with magic to help. Finley, do you know anything to make them not be stone anymore? Because all I know how to do is smash them.
V, smash!
You want me to smash?
No, smash that!
Oh. That's gonna be a 16 to hit. No, 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Hit.
Yes, you hit the bulk of this body that is currently not looking at you, as its gaze is more towards Seisha, who gathers its attention. You notice that it's almost a fleshy ball type thing that I'm not going to describe any further than that. But
Okay,
yeah.
well, I hit it for 14 damage.
Awesome.
Nice.
You hear this thing reel out. Oh, yeah. And one of the eyes, racks in your direction. You're also 5th level, remember?
Huh?
You have 2 attacks now.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, you also can rage.
That's up to you. I'm just reminding you of your new ability because they just leveled everybody. This is
Because
the
I
first time
forgot
they're
about
playing.
it. Alright. So I'm gonna look at Harold. I see that he's frozen. I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And let's do that.
So, as V cries out into this with a soft squeal, less powerful than usual, watching her best friend immobilized, this form that people that are not aware of watch as another young Goliath woman fades out of her with the same axe that she wields in her hand, but with different tattoos. And this is her grandmother, Lo.
She is an ancestral barbarian.
Yes. Awesome. Make your attack.
18 to hit.
Okay.
That hit.
It hits.
Roll damage.
10 damage.
Harold. Okay, yep.
At the end of your turn, you can make another con save.
Well, I'll try. Push up. Natural 20.
Natural 20. Seeing Lo come from your best friend, knowing that, oh, this fight's already over, the thing just doesn't know it yet. You're invigorated once again, and you are now able to move. But it is now Tillie's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to I'm gonna run up to the thing and I'm gonna try and attack it with my Yiklewa.
Your what?
So yeah, all right. I'm just gonna try and stab right into it.
Sounds
Got
good.
it.
Okay.
Stab it.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right.
Math is hard.
A 19 to hit.
19
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Oh God. That's 10 damage.
All right. So, Tillie, as you move and run, you see this ethereal red other person come out of this Goliath, and you're using that distraction, kind of go jumping off of V's knee as she comes down with her axe. You step, and where there was nothing, a shadow appears, and you step on it, springing off of it, bringing your Yikwala down on...
It's a Yiklewa.
That's what I said. And bringing it down straight into its head and bringing it down, and as you carve into it, you actually watch as there's a trail of shadowy smoke from your blade as you slam onto the ground. Ready for a second attack, I believe.
Yeah. I can only do an unarmed one, right? After success
I believe you have extra attack from being 5th level.
Oh, great.
So you have 2 attacks, and then you can...
Oh, 2 attacks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
That's a 17 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Oh, there. There you go. 11.
Okay.
And then
And you have martial arts, so you can do an unarmed attack as a 3rd attack as a bonus action, or you could spend a key point and flurry blows.
I would like to. I would like to do my unarmed attack and wait. Can I do a stunning strike? Can I?
You absolutely can do a stunning strike.
So I roll another
Yep.
attack.
Yep.
Okay.
All the faces on that side of the table was like, oh.
That was a journey.
That's a 15.
That was a journey.
15 hits.
15
Okay,
hits.
okay,
Roll
okay,
damage.
okay.
And this one's your unarmed damage, so it might be a little
that's
different than your...
That's 6 points of damage.
And then it makes a con save. What's your DC?
Where does it say that? Oh, 13.
13?
Yeah.
And it's a con, and it got a 12. So you land looking up at it, and you actually throw your spear-like weapon. I can't say that word. I'm not even going to
It's
try
a
to butcher it.
Yiklewa.
Yiklewa. I'm going to get it now. All right. As it plunges into it, there's this trail of shadowy smoke, and as it pierces into it, you run up, grab onto the end of it, spring off of it, and as you do, you bring your knee straight into its face, or its giant eye that's surrounded by smaller eyes, and just slam it, and it just rears back in pain as it comes down. And what was your total damage?
I think it was 6.
6, okay.
Oh wait, in the last one.
Yes.
On the
Yep.
third. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, got it. And you watch as it just kind of wavers, hovering, and you land down, and it is stunned.
Yes.
And with that, it is Kaiserbeck's turn.
As Kaiserbeck's readies a spell, he suddenly winces and grabs his head.
Oh God.
Then he sort of shakes it to clear it, looks at this eyeball thing, and says, "All right, my fine fellow. You've proven to be quite a bother. But that ends here and now," as he summons a spiritual weapon right next to it.
All right.
What does your spiritual weapon look like, Kaiserbeck?
The claw of Bahamut himself.
Yeah, you.
So materializing out of almost a silver energy, you see as this dragon's claw appears and comes down, raking across it. You have advantage on the attack because it is stunned.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Spoiled for choice. The best is a 12.
The claw comes down, and in its like daze, it kind of shifts just out of the way as it barely misses.
Bother! And damnation.
It is now Voss's turn, but at the start of your turn, since it is looking in your direction.
I believe spiritual weapon was a bonus action, so you still have an
That's
action.
right.
Very well. Would I be? But I've already cast a spell this round. So
Correct. So you can cast a cantrip.
I reckon that's probably the best option. And so, I shall cast Sacred Flame upon this thing.
All right. Well, it automatically fails the dex save because it's stunned. So roll damage.
11 points of damage to 2d8 from Sacred Flame. This
So you watch as this almost iridescently silver flame of holy radiance just ignites around it, and you watch as parts of the tendrils singe and burn away as it is scarred with holy aura.
I would like to think that Kaiserbeck's whips his flail around that has a sensor at the end that emanates smoke from it at all times, and the smoke turns as he's spinning it into that silver ethereal flame that launches towards this beholder kin.
That is exactly what happened.
But with that,
It is
Voss,
a mace. It is a mace, not a flame.
Yeah, mace. I need Voss. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sure. 6.
Okay, with that, you're looking at it, and although it is stunned, you too are now stunned as its large eyes, surrounded by what looks like eyelids ripped away, and then the scarring that is around it is actually developing smaller other eyes. You're
No.
horrified by this, and you are stunned for this round.
No.
It is now Finley's turn, and I need you to make the same saving throw.
Brain. 20.
Yeah, with that, you avert your eyes at the last second. What are you doing?
I'm going to pull. So they're all like being best friends with it, like right up against it.
Yes.
Damn.
Want to try your new toy?
I do, but I'm not gonna kill my friends, acquaintances, coworkers.
Thank you for being a good friend.
So I'm just gonna pull out the wand of magic missiles and fire 4 charges into it.
Got it. Fire your 4 charges.
I'm gonna do that. 9. Hold on.
You were at 9.
You were at 9.
Is it 16? It's 16 plus 6, so 22.
Sing us its swan song.
Since there are 6 magic missiles, I want them to eviscerate all of the stalks, but leave the main eye for me.
Okay, got it. That happens. From your wand, all of this flower bloom of all this pink-white energy shoots up into the sky and then rains down like hellfire upon this thing, exploding each eye as you watch its viscous ooze right in front of you, covering everybody that's nearby. Its stunned form slumps to the side as its tongue lists out of its sharp, toothy mouth. Finley killed it. You also, if you're...
Yeah.
Got it.
How are my feet?
I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Can't they just be okay?
Oh,
natty 20.
And with that, you break away from the stone as it crumbles at your feet, turning to dust. And then goop.
What do you guys do?
How big is the eye?
This is a...
Tell me about a melon.
medium-sized creature, so yeah.
Got a melon. Can I try to take it out?
Attempt number 3?
Attempt number 3.
Let's do it!
Medicine check.
Maybe I can finally get a beholder eye. We'll see what happens.
You are too quick to roll. I was about to give you inspiration.
Well, I haven't said the total yet.
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
What do you say?
I say...
Third time's the charm.
Hold on. Right, okay. I say something to the effect of, all who face us always dies. Now make sure you get this fucking eye.
Yeah. No! Oh! Whoever did that, yes!
I don't know who did that, but I love you.
I don't know why you look with surprise when you're standing there with a knife trying to get some eyes.
What is your inspiration now?
My inspiration is still a D6 because I didn't level in Bard.
It's a surprise.
And this is why. You should have leveled in Bard. So 13.
13?
Can I assist her?
No, it's fine. I don't want to behold her.
Yeah. With that kind of nervously, your mind being raked across everything that is happening around you, but Harold's words, however weird they may be now that he's speaking in Limerick, give you focus, and you calm yourself before you get the eye. And as you have the eye in your hand,
Out of nowhere, a large, disjointed, spindly, seven-fingered hand wraps around the lesser eye tyrant. The hand of the six-armed, towering, 50-foot bipedal creature traps the goth, which is lying limp on the ground, before unhinging and splitting its lower jaw, exposing numerous tentacles that wrap around the beholderkin and swallowing it whole.
Why is this place have so many tentacles?
Wait, what?
So, like, my hand was on the eye?
You had just taken it away.
Oh,
and
so
then,
I have it?
And then a
Yes.
massive hand comes and grabs the body and pulls it up.
this hand could easily grab any of you. This thing, now that you look up, as we said, is 50 foot. It is a bipedal humanoid type thing, but its face splits open, and from its jaw come out tendrils.
No.
The
What?
looming creature. What you was gonna do?
Oh, I was just gonna say something. Go ahead.
Can I make an Arcana check?
What that thing is, I don't know, but all I know is we gotta go! And I start running.
And yes, Seisha, you may make an Arcana check.
I'm right behind you!
But it doesn't seem to care as you run away, as it continues to move, looking for something else.
23.
23. Seisha, intently looking into this thing, right? This thing that defies all things of your reality. Your mind bends and nearly breaks at the unacceptance of such a creature as you take the time to truly look at it. I need you to make a sanity roll.
Oh no.
You also know for a fact this creature should not exist, and you have no idea what it is.
But hey, I have my eye.
Uh-oh. Say it.
That's a 5.
5. Roll a D100. Or unless you have something.
So,
Okay, roll.
That's an 83.
83.
I was so confused. I thought she was rolling a d20 for a second. I was like, what?
Yeah, she already did.
I
that,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we'll let you know when. Yeah, we'll let you know.
So are we all running still?
Okay.
Yes.
yes.
Okay, Harold's
I-
gripping his head, and he kind of. We have to go! We have to keep going for science!
So all of a sudden, V grips her head because she has a headache too, and she is responding to Harold's insanity right now, and it's just like, oh my god!
I say.
What's wrong with your voice?
Nothing is wrong with my voice. Of course, my voice has only gotten better, in fact.
What's wrong with my voice?
That I don't know. You sound really weird. Not like me. I sound professional and scientific.
Where are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Away! Away! That's my plan. I didn't think further than that.
Everyone. I feel a compelling, like a force,
I forgot about that.
pulling in our direction to the rock. The tree binds us, surrounds us.
So where are we going?
I love when Boss has all these voices. It's weirdly dreamy.
Uncomfortable I am.
As we're running, Tillie is gonna look at your pants, and then she's gonna look at the rest of everybody, and then she's gonna all of a sudden have a sort of a realization, and she's gonna go, "Oh, you guys the BFGs?"
Yeah, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
What
We are. Yes.
Oh, my dad told me all about you guys.
Your dad? Who's your dad?
Yeah, my dad Flinwick.
Your dad's Frenwick?
Yeah, he said you guys come into the tavern sometimes.
Oh my god.
What the juice is going on?
I grab my head. I grab my head again, and I turn and I say,
Go ahead, do it.
That was
Do it.
insightful.
"Oh, he's a good man. As far as men I've met,
Change it
he's
now.
pretty good."
Someone change
Oh.
it now.
Wow.
I need to make a donation real quick.
Yeah.
As you all run away, Tillie, you are no longer with the group. Instead, you are kneeling in a desolate, vacant street in front of a familiar house. Your old home in the southern ward. Except it's covered in thick, quickly growing vines. As you look closer, you realize that the vines appear to be made of flesh, stretched over the wood as they twist and wind around and through the house. What do you do?
Do I still have to do the voice?
No.
Okay, great.
Not at this moment.
I look around. Is everything else still the same? Like as what I remember?
Everything is the same except for it is vacant. There's nothing. You are alone in this, and only your house is the one that is twisted in this strange vines.
Yeah, you know the southern ward to be very libacious with the commoners that are around there. It's the farmers section where all of the commoners live amongst your family. And you know your neighbors very well, but it's a ghost town.
I want to approach the house.
As you go to move forward, you realize that your hands are actually buried wrist deep into the cobblestone street.
Can I pull them out?
You can make an athletics check.
That's a 7.
You struggle and pull, and they are stuck, but you feel the ground give a little bit. And you can make this next roll with advantage.
Sorry, just try again.
You can try again as a donation.
Oh, great.
Thanks to.
They're the same. 16.
All right.
As you pull, you still feel that your hands are stuck so deep beneath, but you pull with all your might, pulling from the training that you had as a monk, and you can feel something tethered to your hands. You pull harder and harder and slowly feel them coming free as you hear the sounds of creaking and breaking in front of you. You look up in time as your hands pull free. You stumble back, watching your home you grew up in get demolished. And the vines, these fleshy vines that you now realize were your own hands, as they tear through them, and you're connected to it. And in fact, they are your elongated fingers now relocating into your own hands, like they were tentacles, writhing and moving. You try to control it, but they turned on you and wrap around you as and constrict you as they wrap around your throat as you're choking yourself.
As you begin to lose consciousness, you hear,
"To a cruel mistress, I'm tied with invisible chains."
and as everything goes black, you blink as several strange symbols pour past you, and then are standing next to your new, you were now standing, running next to your new companions, gasping for breath.
I'm going to move over to Venley and reach down and just slide my hand into hers as we're running.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, Harold, I was just thinking. I was really thinking about maybe redecorating my room, and I was thinking about this artist I heard about I really like named Lonnie Lanai. And I hear if you buy any of her paintings, then you'll fall in love.
Does anyone have a silent spell?
I'm
Don't
working
you
on
think
that.
that'd be nice for the tavern?
It's not my weapon of choice, but, you know, hey, knock yourself out. Whatever you feel, it's probably right.
And with that, there's that gut punch into your stomach
Oh, come
again. And you all go back to normal.
Hey, I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I just had kind of a weird. I heard something.
What do you mean,
Oh,
something?
my voice is back.
Are you
My voice
okay?
is back.
Oh, that one was fun.
I know.
What?
I know.
You heard
I
something?
heard. I saw some symbols, and I heard a. Someone said, "To a cruel mistress, I'm tied with invisible chains." Does that sound? Does anyone know what that?
Nope.
Nope. No.
I
I
knew
mean,
a
there are a
party
lot of
about something
religions.
like that once, but it was a long time ago, and I really shouldn't talk about it.
Does
and
that
just
does
kinda
that ring any bells from lores or stories that I've crossed?
No.
Thank you.
You said you just heard it out of the blue?
Yeah. Well, I had sort of like it was like a day nightmare kind of thing.
The Daymare. I've heard
Like
of
a
these.
waking nightmare?
Yeah.
Like a
sure.
vision?
Yeah.
Not as cool as Daymare, but okay.
All right.
Nightmare.
Well, how close are we to the pyramid?
It still seems to be far off. You thought that you could, with its size, you're like, knowing how tall pyramids should be, we should be close by now. And as you draw closer, there is still a very far way to go, and this pyramid grows ever bigger.
Everyone, we just have to keep moving. At some point, this has to give.
Alright.
I'm gonna keep
Getting
running.
very tired.
Does it?
This plane has to obey some sort of law.
Unless it's like a plane of chaos,
In which case, it doesn't obey any law except for that there are no laws.
right?
Well, at least I'll fit in.
Then anything we do could result in the answer.
So we can do anything?
No.
No.
That is not what I'm saying.
At least.
Kaiser Vex, any ideas?
It seems that we've been brought here by something, but for what purpose? I do not think we were randomly snatched. All of you were brought together. I who have met you before. And our new friend, Tillie.
Do you think while we're here, the PI's house is like totally being robbed?
Probably.
I really don't care. I'm trying to dodge tentacle creatures floating above me, lungs that are breathing me out, and bats that are trying to kill me still.
Speaking
you
of
take
which,
them
I
off?
would like to take a
You
look
try
for...
to take them off.
I would like to look for...
It ain't gonna happen. No, wait.
I'd like to look for the position of the ships in the sky that are closest to us, just to make sure they're not like 10 feet away.
You were looking for.
The position of the ships.
As you look around for the ships, you do not see the ships.
Guys,
But what you do see is a large, thin, petrifying, macabre, 12-foot tall creature. Its form like a shambling amalgamation of gaunt, elongated limbs. You swear you see a similar shape to Kaiservex, a black dragon mixed in there, and some strange whale-like entity.
Guys?
Each one, as well, has thin legs and arms as thin as a spider legs that break off and fork into multiple more limbs. A mass of bulbous flesh and bone-like shards make up its grotesque body, with multiple writhing tendrils that float above from its back. From what you can only assume is its face are a series of mandibles that drop down near halfway down to the ground.
You see the tendrils off of its back taking the form of the wings, and the bulbous part of its body, the celestial whale.
I see it.
It's kind of hard to miss. It's enormous.
What is this thing?
I was.
A sky whale.
Is it making any kind of aggressive moves towards us?
It seems to notice your position as Harold was just screaming.
Thanks, Harold.
Yep. No, that makes sense.
And as you're screaming, Harold, you notice that there's a screaming next to you, and from the ground, writhing in tendrils, forms what appears to be a hippopotamus. As it forms next to you, running
It's a
alongside.
giraffe.
Wait, is it just a hippopotamus?
Just a hippopotamus.
Oh.
Whoever it is, I hate you. I turn and look at it as I'm jogging, and I like, hey.
He just nods and just keeps running, but it's this just gross, like combined of just fleshy tendrils and tentacles that forms into this hippo, but it just nods and keeps running along with you.
The hippo's on our side as far as I'm concerned. He's sticking around.
Harold, what is that?
Hey man, what are you?
Doesn't say anything, it just keeps running.
He doesn't want to say. We'll keep running.
Okay, sure.
Still not the strangest thing that's happened today.
All right,
Wait,
go
is
ahead.
Boss's arm still a sword?
Yeah.
It
Oh,
is.
God.
It is indeed. I need everybody to go ahead and make me Constitution saving throws as you run and push yourself to flee from this thing.
There we go.
The lion's please.
That's a 16 for me.
18.
9.
20.
Oh, go down the line.
16.
18.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
No, natural one.
Amazing.
27.
All right.
12.
Okay.
Natural 20.
So as you're running, you look over and you see that both Harold and Vinley fall back as it's gaining on them. And
I
it's
fall back with Venley.
And it's about to close on them. What do you guys do?
I stand protectively beside Venley.
Okay.
I grab Harold's
Stop
hand.
How low
and
is-
turn and see that Harold's being taken, and I'm like, Harold!
Okay.
I'm gonna grab his hand and try to
I'm gonna try to
pull him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do.
I'm like, Hippo, this is your chance to save me.
I think we're running from the hippo, aren't we?
No,
Oh, no,
we're
we're running from the big thing.
Hippo's on my side. Hippo and me, we're gonna have a buddy cop movie.
Why aren't
That's
you,
happening.
why aren't
watch-
you riding the hippo?
You watch as the hippo lunges at this thing and slams into it as you watch body parts begin to fall of this creature and form into humanoids as it begin to shamble towards you as the hippo rolls with this thing, taking majority of the massively conglomerate of flesh and weird whale dragon thing off the edge or over and away, but you now have several shambling creatures moving towards you.
I remember you, Hippo!
Dustin and Devan, what are you guys eating before bed?
Hell yeah.
How fast are the shambling creatures? They're just shambling, right?
They are imposing as one still has your arm.
Oh, got it.
And
Okay,
it has
got it.
formed from one of these holding your arm, and as you grab and Tillie you grab, you now have several grabbing onto you. It's a mass of them as one.
Oh my god, am I tug of war between the two of them? And
Yes.
Am I grabbed?
No, because Seisha came in and blocked the way of that.
Gotcha.
I got you, boo.
Boss, you said you were gonna do something?
Yeah, I move in and slash at the mass.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
I'd
kick him.
like to
Okay.
actually attack it if I
I
could.
will
Yeah, you can attack.
advance. How close am I to these things?
Pretty close.
So can I use my shield master shove ability as well?
Absolutely, you can.
Then
Go
I
ahead
will
and roll
attack
that.
and do a shield
I
check.
want to try to cut the tentacles.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
can.
I scream help a lot.
Natty 20!
Awesome.
And a 15.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
So they're moving forward on us.
Yes.
And everyone else is running up to them?
Yes.
Yes.
So before they run up to them, since it's just me and Seisha, can I position something?
Yes, you can.
Perfect. Then I do that.
All right.
I take out my new rib, and I point it over their heads, and I'm like, I have you, boo. And I will send a fireball behind them.
Amazing.
Boss, your attack.
22 to
That
hit.
hits. Roll damage.
Hold on. Going down.
Got it.
Oh, do I need to roll damage?
Yes, but we'll get to that. Tillie.
I'm kicking him.
Sorry, we're moving super fast speed, guys. We're closing the. We're
And I kick her,
17.
sir.
just under an hour. We have 250.
And
We have 2375 raised. We're so close to that other giveaway. Let's keep it going, guys. Thank you all so much. This is amazing.
Harold, I need you to make a strength save.
Oh my god.
Also, thank you, Wormwood, for rating. We love you guys.
No, con save.
Con save?
Yes.
19. I may not be murdered.
Okay. V,
What was
your
your
two
attack?
attacks.
Oh, 18 and like 22.
Yep, got it. Go ahead and roll your damage. And go ahead and what was your shove, Kaiservex?
The attack, first of all, was a 19.
That hits, so go ahead and do your shove damage.
Okay.
The attack does.
I hit for
Hang on, I'm doing math.
I hit for a total of 12 damage.
With both attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Almost
no,
done.
I rolled.
Okay.
No, that was right die. That was right die. Just kidding. Yeah,
Okay,
it
so
was
that's-
12 total.
Boss.
19 damage on the sneak
it.
attack. I'd like to use the bonus action to attack again,
Okay,
which
go
would be
ahead.
a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Yep.
And that would be 3 more points of damage
Got it.
on top of that.
Finley. Oh, yeah. Say you
Yes.
calculating? Okay.
Yes. So she swipes down with her sword. On the first attack, I'm going to do 18.
Okay.
And then I would like to invoke my smite.
Yep,
Yes.
absolutely.
Smite it.
And she comes back up for 24.
Got it. So for those of you who are new to watching D4, we have a homebrew rule on crits.
Oh, wait, I
where
didn't do the crit damage right. The first
Okay.
roll was a crit.
yeah.
Yes, it was.
So your first base weapon damage is always maxed, and then you roll an additional one, the additional die. That way, you don't roll 2 ones on a crit, and crits doesn't do that much. So it makes crits mean something.
Finley, your total damage of your fireball.
34.
Yeah, it got a 3
Yep,
on its deck save, so it'll
Yes.
take all of that.
Tillie.
It was 16 points if they both hit.
Okay. 16. Both
21
hit.
on the first attack with the crit.
Harold, your save, you're able to, with the strength being lessened by them all attacking, you're able to hold yourself together and not be ripped apart by these
Oh,
things.
good. I'm glad I wasn't ripped apart. That's important.
All right, got that. And then what was yours, Kaiservex?
Kaiservex did 11 points of acid damage to one as he spit acid in it.
Yes.
Then uses his bonus action. Does this one go down with 11 points of acid damage?
You guys are mowing through these things, but there are more coming. So yeah,
Very
you're
well.
not-
If that one goes down, then the next nearest one I can shove with my shield.
Yes.
And you
As a
do,
bonus.
and you shove it away. It's almost like as you're killing, there more are forming around them as they are just this almost wave of flesh and people, and made of body parts and bones. And as you just everybody just pounces basically, and freeing Harold as they continue to tumble. As you cut down through this aberration, and the mass of them all fall over as everyone worked together to bring them down. The midnight blue blood spatters across your face, V, covering you in its viscosity. As you begin to wipe away the blood from your eyes, you feel it begin to seep in. Your vision blurs, and for a second, and then becomes hyper-focused as you see the energy of everyone around you. You then watch as Lo steps out from you, as if coming to stand in front of you, drawing an ethereal red knife from her belt. She slowly raises it and begins to cut away your face.
What?
Nobody
Whoa,
else sees
whoa,
this.
Not where. Not where I thought that was going.
Yeah. Nobody else sees this.
I'm freaking out.
Yes.
And screaming like, what are you doing? Stop!
As you struggle to move away, you see everyone, V, screaming out as she's like after she wicks away this viscous blue blood that covers you all now. And you, V, you find yourself shackled with writhing tendrils that pour out of Lo's stomach. The pain is excruciating as she cuts away the flesh of your face and then pulls it away, placing it upon her own. You feel this, but nobody else sees that your face is removed. You then hear her say as she's wearing your own face,
Oh.
"Yet always I put on the same brave face." In Goliath. As her form merges back into you, you see several strange symbols that you do not recognize. You jerk back into reality, still screaming as you look at your friends staring at you with horror.
I'm gonna hug you immediately. Hey, we're okay. It's okay. You're
My
okay.
face.
Your face is fine. What's wrong with your face?
It's okay. It's there.
Yeah, yeah, it's still there. I think it looks like it's there to me.
Okay. None of that was real. None of it was real. None of this is real.
Did you have a daymare?
Yes.
That's what we're calling it now.
Daymare.
Did you hear anything?
Yet always I put on the same brave face.
Yet always I put on the same brave face.
Yes, they ripped my face off, put it on them, and then said that in giant.
Who said that?
Lo
What?
ripped my face off and put it on her own, and tentacles came out of her stomach, and it wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good time,
I'm
guys.
sorry.
All right, I'm just gonna flat out say it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We need
10, not ever again. 0-10 would not ever.
we
Okay.
just need to keep going at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, come on, Venley.
Tillie, the bloody viscous that's on you instantly seeps into your skin, and you are completely clean.
Oh.
You now have Death Ward.
Thanks. It's a weird way to get it. I love it. Me. So, up ahead of you, just before you, is the insurmountable, colossal edifice. Its size nearly blocking out the entirety of the sky before you in its proximity, now that you are closer. The amber here is nearly rattled away by the electric energy that you feel in the atmosphere, creating a nearly barren wasteland. Washed in blinding light by the pillar emanating from between the two halves of the monolith, trepidation begins to take hold as you know there is nowhere to hide between here and there. And from here where you are, in the period between, all of those shards have just been destroyed. You watch as mass amounts of ichor and these shards from the land shaken loose float upward towards the heavens, just as it has everywhere else in the world. However, here it is like walking through a torrent of inverted rain.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, the last time we ran into something really weird and I ran out first. I dived head first into a pit of centipedes, so I'm not going first.
I'll go first. I walk in.
Okay, you walk in.
Just walk in the weird rain.
I turned to Kyra Vexen Station and said, "Can you put your shields up at an angle that maybe we can follow behind you?"
Yes.
As you just run out.
Yeah, I just run out.
And as you do that, before you can even get away, shooting out from the ground under Kaiser Vex is a mass of black tentacles. I need everybody.
Oh no.
Are these bad?
Someone actually donated
To make me a dexterity saving throw, as Eovard's black tentacles has just been cast on Kaiser Vex.
Whoa!
So what are we rolling?
Dex saving throw?
Dex saving throw from everybody.
We were told earlier that tentacles were good.
Natural 20.
You and me both.
Dirty 20.
Oh, all right.
Go down the other way. Got it.
18!
All right.
Harold.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Hell yeah. 22.
Okay.
15.
All right.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
18.
Oh.
You guys are done with this. So much so, you're not even surprised when this happens. You all just immediately just rip and pull and cut and jump back. And
Almost dancing across these tendrils, shooting you into this torrent rain that's inverted and raining up from the ground.
You think this is tight? You don't know tight. You ever seen tight as I'm cutting them up.
I do need everybody to make me another deck save, though.
Oh, God!
As you're running through this hail of ichor and sharp shards.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Seisha?
Kaiser Vex, two of the tentacles wrap around your ankles and feet, and as you pull away, you break them off, but they stay attached to you and form into a weird tentacle pair of shoes.
Oh. Okay.
Seisha, your deck save. 4.
25.
Finley.
13.
Kaiser Vex got some new
17.
kicks. Harold, 19.
Natural 1.
Oh, no!
Kaiser Vex.
9.
9.
I'm not speaking German now.
9!
So, Seisha, Finley, B, and Kaiser Vex, you all take
A lot.
He said, ooh, that's bad.
21 points of slashing damage.
I'm down.
All right, Finley goes down.
I only have 19 hit points.
Actually, I'm gonna use.
5th level, 19 hit points.
Actually, I'm going to use my.
When you wake up, that happens.
Where is it? Hold on.
Ooh.
My stone's endurance to only take reduce the damage dealt to me by 1d12 plus 4.
Okay, sounds good.
I immediately.
As I'm standing next to Venley, I just reach down and hit her with healing hands before she even hits the ground.
Got it.
If I see that beforehand, I wait at the edge, but I'm waiting.
5 points of healing, sweetie.
I'm waiting at the edge with a greater healing potion in hand.
Got it.
Okay, noted.
Oh my god, bitch, get up!
I don't
Like,
know how to do
right?
it.
I know, like,
Try it.
what are you doing? This is so not fetch.
Oh god, no! Stop trying to make fetch happen, alright? It's never gonna happen.
It's gonna happen! Maybe we should all just kill V!
I will use my channel divinity to heal myself of that 21 damage I took, and also heal V of the remaining 4 points of damage.
I, created you.
You can't sit with us! Is
V,
butter
you're
a card?
healed 4 points of damage.
Oh, cool. Now I'm at 54 health. I so needed that.
All right, so Finley, you're at 5 hit points.
Hold on.
Oh my god, hurry up!
What?
Like, we need to be going yesterday.
I'm just waiting with a potion while all this nonsense is happening.
Thus, why are you holding a potion when I am right here?
This is
It looks like it's made from his flesh.
Why are you holding that potion while I'm right here?
because this one is infused with all the Voss goodness.
I have nothing to say to that.
I haven't heard that man talk in like 12 years.
You heard him talk like it earlier.
Was that?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, now we know.
Alright, so we're running, right?
Yes, Kaiservex is running a lot faster than you would think he would on tentacle shoes. Unnaturally fast, I think. Perhaps even double his normal movement rate.
You can click your heels together to do that. It doesn't always do it. And
Oh, I
you have
see.
10 minutes throughout the day to do that.
I'm going to do it now.
As he clicks it, you see small little tendrils appear from the bottom of his feet as he's running, and it seems to make him go a little bit faster.
Kaiser, would you? Whoa! There he goes. He's gone.
Oh my god, that is so
Wait,
not
no,
okay.
I can do this.
Knowing you,
Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Oh wow.
knowing you, I give you the greater healing potion in my revenue that's not covered in my flesh.
We hit 2,600, so we will be giving away the Falling Star ship. That's amazing.
I think it should be hashtag ship if we can do that.
Hashtag what?
Ship.
With a
Because we're-
P.
Yes, S-H-I-P.
Yep, like that. All right.
Walking closer and closer towards the beacon.
Walking
Yeah.
closer.
Hey, or Kaiserbeck's zooming as fast as he can to the beacon. You begin to hear ramblings,
All I can say is
murmurs, whispers, and incoherent mutterings as if the ground itself were speaking. You look down as you stumble over something and notice that your foot is caught inside a gagging mouth, or your heel is dug into a fist-size eye, or something somewhere in between. Kaiser Vex, it seems that one of the mouths has bit onto your tendrils, and it is keeping you from running. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what is up with a natty 20 plus 5,
Wow.
25?
Fire tonight.
Oh!
19. I'm not quite that excited about it.
All right. Noted.
6.
All right. Awesome.
9.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
5.
Jesus Christ.
It's the opposite of the other one.
Natural 20 for a total of 26.
I'm okay with you outrolling me.
Wait, I have to interject my only Christopher Walken line. Wow.
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 All right. So, Finley, roll me a d8.
Tillie, roll me a d8.
I got a 6.
Harold, roll me a d8.
Do I got it?
And V, roll me a d8.
By the way, guys, how long does this last? Till otherwise?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
6.
All right, you immediately stop moving, and actually, you stop, and then turn to the left, and start moving that way.
Away from the party. Tillie,
Bye, I guess.
5. You do the same in the opposite direction. Harold, 6.
You do the same, but backwards.
Okay.
7. Oh no.
As yep.
Roll a d8.
I did. Oh, roll a d8.
Yep.
Reroll if it's an 8.
Oh, right. That's where you're supposed to. 5.
As Harold turns to walk away, you swing on him. I need you to make an attack roll.
Oh, that ain't right.
Harold, you're gonna die.
And as you all move, the ground underneath you has become even more spongy.
It's a natural 20.
So that's gonna be 12 plus a d12 plus your
Non-raging.
wow. Damn. Yeah. So.
Oh, damn! Wait, this is a good spot for
So
it.
23 points of damage?
So yeah, it's the 12 plus the 12, and then your regular bonus on top of that. Is that everything?
So it's
Oh, wait,
12
2 12s?
no, it's
No,
12
yeah.
plus a d12.
So 12 plus 8 plus 3.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
Harold, you take 23 damage as you feel a large axe cut into your back as you begin to walk away.
Oh my god.
I have an oath not to let a bard be attacked without answering, so I'm rushing V.
Okay.
That's fair.
And as you do, that darkness once again comes off of you and spreads out 30 feet as you cast Weird centered on yourself. I need everybody
You watch as Seisha's eyes turn black again as smoke
to make
pours
me
from it.
wisdom saving throws, the entire party.
Oh no.
Me? Do I?
Oh yes, you
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And that was a
19.
$100 donation.
Wow.
Thank you so much for that.
Dude! Wow!
Wow.
Oh my god!
This is gonna hurt.
Wait. Wait.
Keep going down the line.
Wait, this is a spell effect? Is it being cast?
No. Supernatural.
I hate you both.
Natural 20.
Yes!
Seisha,
I had a 19.
19. Okay, Finley.
21.
What is it with you and 21?
Tillie.
No, my name's
11.
Finley.
There we go.
This is wisdom, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Harold.
15.
5.
Oh!
Okay.
Kaiser Vex.
18 total.
I hate
Giant monsters, sure. Running hippos, okay. Each other? Damn.
I'm fine.
I'm glad. I'm thrilled for you. When you remove the axe from my back, I'll
So
congratulate
V and
you.
Tillie, you instantly see your greatest fear in front of you, and you take 19 psychic damage as you become terrified. You cannot move. You are just
Me?
Yeah. Yes.
just wrought with paralyzing
Down again.
fear.
If you would like to describe what that is, you can use as much or as little detail as possible, or you can just keep it silent.
We're back to the eye place.
Right?
So many eyes, and they just seem like they're getting closer and closer, and they're floating in the void, and you can't hear anything.
So for you, that time that you were just taken over and completely petrified in fear, and you sunken deep into your head, you're back there, literally, as the ground you're on, all your friends disappear, and all the moons that are in the sky turn, and they're not scarred, fleshed moons. They're actually eyes staring down upon you once again.
Tillie, what do you see?
Just my whole humongous family, 11 siblings and my 2 parents, just like flesh and bones, starving to death, like withered away, covered in dirt, just like destitute.
And then you know that there is nothing you can do.
And that it was my fault, probably.
And Harold, as you move away, not even caring that V hit you, you trip and fall and scrape your knee.
When I get within
Just kick them while he's down, don't you?
when I get within 15.
And as this happens, there is all effects are gone. Thank you for that $100 donation.
Thank you, whoever did that.
Thank you for saving us!
When I get within 15 feet of V, I'm going to reach out and a tentacle flies out and wraps around her to pull her to me.
Okay?
Oh,
This
wow.
place is just so too many tentacles. I am having a very hard time.
I turn to you and say, what the hell are you doing?
Go ahead
You
and make
don't attack my bard!
I'm not your bard! I'm my own fucking
Your mind is
man.
clear. You're not attacking.
No, I have to obey my oath.
No, you do not. Not in this instant.
I don't?
No, you do not.
Okay,
not
sweet.
in this
Then I
instant.
don't. Yay.
I am telling you, your mind is
no,
clear.
no. I was just
Yay,
making
you
sure.
don't attack me.
So with that, you go to cast the spell, but Harold breaks your mind as he screams back at you.
So there! We gotta go! I'm gonna die here, in the pants! I'm gonna die in the pants! They won't bury me! They're afraid I'll tunnel through the other side of the world.
And as you finally move and pull away from the pit of mouths and eyes, nearly to the base of the pyramid, Kaiserbex, you and only you see a vast shadow of massive winged beast pass over you. Before you can react, a gargantuan winged dragon lands before you. The deep crimson and imposing size quicken your mind. Sorry, I'm stuck in the throat. Quicken your mind, ready to face the Dragon Queen herself. However, your body fills with dread as you gaze upon 5 enormous, chromatic-colored, writhing tentacles instead of heads.
Oh.
What do you do?
Yeah.
I will channel the energy of Bahamut himself, striking at the heart of this abomination, casting guiding bolt at 3rd level.
Okay, nice. As you charge forth and power up your weapon and sending this guiding bolt towards the heart of this creature, you realize you are no longer actually holding your platinum-scaled shield or clutch, but instead you clutch a bundle of chains. And in your dominant hand, where your mace would be, is a whip. You look back to see what is keeping you in place as you're tethered to these chains, and you see your companions all chained together, tortured and barely alive, as you yourself are dragging them towards their impending doom of the queen herself. You turn back to see Lamore at the base of her feet, your mentor stretched out on a rack. You take a deep breath before exhaling acid all over your old friend and savior. And then slowly and painfully you watch his flesh dissolve down to the bone as his screams fill your ears, not with cries for help or even forgiveness as you know he would, but with the strange utterance of words.
She keeps me her prisoner, but leaves me some space.
several symbols flash before you as you are immediately shocked out of the vision. Now a few feet behind the rest, marching forward before you.
Kaiserbeck says, did you hear me? I said, we're going, and you stopped.
I have had one of those
A daymare?
Yes.
They're rampant with us.
Yes. I saw you all. I was going to sacrifice you to Tiamat's elf. Destroyed my mentor, he who put me on the path of Bahamut's worship. And a phrase, she keeps me her prisoner, but gives me some space.
You know, if you were to do that, that would be kind of a dick move.
Oh yes, no, it would be a dick move, yes. Make no mistake.
Cool. So we're in agreement.
We cannot be held responsible for what happens in daymares.
Yeah, I agree. I super agree with that.
Yes.
So,
But yet another cryptic clue. She keeps me her prisoner, but gives me some space. Did the other sayings have a she in them?
Yes, sounds
To
like
a
Harold's last
mistress.
relationship.
To a cruel mistress, I am tied with chains, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, there were chains in my
Yet I
vision.
always put on the same face. She keeps me her prisoner, but gives me some space.
oh, that's
So
a
we've
poem.
had 3 of them, right?
It's a poem, I know that's a poem. I went to school for that. It's a poem.
Good job.
So what does it
Harold.
mean?
I don't know, I flunked. Poetry.
It means that, you know, she's like keeping you prisoner, but like also wants you to be your own person, you know, and like is giving you space to
I don't think
like,
that's it.
but you can't leave her.
I mean,
I
Does
want to.
sound like my
I know
choice.
it's
It sounds like
trite,
you're not
but
sex.
I know
As
it's
you-
trite, but time maybe?
Before we go any further or do anything else, I think all of us need to realize that whatever actions we take in this place are to be forgiven when we leave.
Yeah.
We are not ourselves. Nothing in here is us.
Kind of an ominous thing to say. Are you planning something?
I'm planning on leaving.
Great.
You'll find that a lot of what he says
I'm
comes
just
across
saying-
ominous. No matter, he can be like, I'm getting milk in the morning.
Tensions are incredibly high right now. I just want everyone to know whatever happens, even if you do it to me, you are forgiven when we leave.
I agree with
Cool.
No.
And as you say that,
As you're walking and talking, you look for the pyramid you were searching for, and it is gone, seemingly disappeared before you.
Ah, bait and switch.
But up ahead of you now, as you try and look for it, is 7 humanoids marching their way in your direction.
Nothing.
Their forms shift and blend amongst the shadows of the surrounding terrain.
There's 7 of us. Yeah.
I say out loud, I really wish you wouldn't. Did I get a response?
Nope.
Do we kind of see what they look like?
When we get close enough, I'd like to use divine sense.
You can make a perception check and note it.
I would also like to make a perception check.
Okay.
Harold's kind of panicking. Because Ethan's kind of panicking.
Okay, natural 20 on perception, so 24.
Wow.
16?
Okay,
No, I'm
so-
sorry, yeah, 16, yeah.
All right.
the smooth, seamless glass surface of the structure creatures a near perfect mirror effects, which is why you lost it. Along the journey in the chaos, you lost track of how massive it scaled in size with relatively to your proximity. It now towers over you, and the 7 figures you see before you are distorted versions of yourselves.
No thanks.
It is hard to tell what exactly is different due to the constant small vibrations that ripple across the body of the mirror, making it appear more organic than not. However, in your reflections, you feel as if you're looking at yourself in the way you see yourself truly. You can use as little or as much detail as you wish, but what does everyone see?
Seisha, you cast divine sense, and you don't pick up anything.
Okay.
Do we need to one at a time describe what
Yeah, we'll go down the line again. Seisha?
Oh God, why do I have to go first? Okay, so as she's stepping towards herself, both of them are sort of taking tentative steps and looking at one another warily. The unreal Seisha actually has those black, smoking eyes, but it's wearing a scared and
apprehensive look on its face.
Boss.
Figure walks forward. You can't see its face. It's completely black, but the footfalls are incredibly heavy, and it's dragging something with him. As it gets close, it holds up a chain of 12 heads, child heads.
All right.
The hell?
You all see this, not everybody else. So, like, you all see yourselves. Nobody else sees your alternate versions.
Oh, okay. All right, got it.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not staring at 12 heads on
No,
top.
no.
Okay,
No.
okay.
So Vinley looks at herself in the reflection, and she's taller, and her arms are longer, and she has the black eyes of the smoke, and this black energy swirling around her, and you can hear this faint whispering of screams for help, and she just sits there and smiles at each other, and just stare at each other.
Okay, Tillie.
The Tillie in the reflection is wearing like much nicer versions of her clothes, like cleaner and better tailored, and she has jewelry on, and she just looks very sort of self-satisfied and just like pompous.
And it's how we see ourselves, correct?
Yes.
Harold stares at himself, who has blood dripping off of his hands at all times. He looks weak and emaciated. He looks scared and hopeless. But he is wearing half of the mask
Okay.
that has been split down the middle as if cracked.
Got it.
Okay.
B.
So, MEER V is, I think like a little, ever so slightly smaller, because she does, lie about her height. But anyways, she's like incredibly angry and furious, and she's like huffing as if she had just been like running super long distances, and she is clutching onto her axe, which is just like covered in blood, and there's like splatter all over her, and her hair is just like wild. Like she looks like she's been living in like a mountain, like and hasn't been in a city.
Okay. Got it.
Kaiserbex.
Kaiservex is even more like a black dragon, including a pair of massive black wings. His tabard is torn and tattered, yet he's being held aloft by a massive platinum claw.
Can
Got
I
it.
add one detail?
Yeah.
On my shield, instead of the scroll, is an upside down triangle with a swirl through the center.
Got it.
Okay. Once you all realize what you are looking at, you know that you're looking at the surface of this massive monolithic pyramid.
And you are now standing face to face with your mirrored self. What do?
I want to start like feeling around for like a door or something.
You all notice as Tillie puts her hand upon this, it ripples away like dipping your hand into a clear pool, and then she disappears into the pyramid itself.
Cool.
Harold's just staring at his reflection, just looks confused, and yet like he totally understands. It's like this sort of. He looks at the others. He's like, "Do you guys see what? You see me?
Not you.
Shit."
And we all saw Tillie just go.
Yep. You saw Tillie
Yep.
into the.
Okay.
We can't leave her
Kaiservex will
alone.
reach out and touch his reflection.
And as you see Kaiserbex touch it, he too sinks into the pyramid.
V
I'm-
silently has like little like tears go down her face, and she just like walks into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
At the same time.
Like
They're gone.
walking into Mercury as it forms around you as you move through.
I hold up my sword arm, level it at the neck of my image, and then drive myself into it.
Okay. With that, you stab your way through as if it is your greatest villain or foe, but easily walk through it. It is now just really Harold and Seisha.
She's just mesmerized, staring at this thing in front of her.
They're waiting for us inside, Seisha.
Okay.
I stare at my reflection and I say, I don't know what I'm looking at here, but I'm better than this. And as he says that, some of the color comes back to the face. And he's like, I survived 6 years on a plane. I don't even know what the fuck happened. And then I came back here stronger and more sure. And when I saw my friends, I knew I was back in the BFGs. We were gonna walk out of this just fine no matter what happened. And as he says that, like, you see more flesh kind of come back and the blood stops dripping from the hands. And he says, now we're gonna walk in there and we're gonna show them why we are the best adventuring guild that ever fucking existed. Now take my hand and let's face this together. And when he says that, the mask shatters.
Awesome.
It's time. And I'll walk in.
Together,
Walk with them.
hand in hand, you step through, and as you do,
You find yourself alone, Seisha.
Shit.
You're chilling on the black stone shores of this beach that's like covered in smooth stones, so small it's like sand. And you're watching shooting stars through the soft ripples of the waves back on Terrell. And as you are taking in this moment of peace, you begin to hear as fish start floating to the top of the water. In the water, as you're looking down to it, you see the glowing object in the sky, illuminating the water before you. You look up at it like a moth to a flame, and with it, you ignite your wings as mist envelops you. You fly up towards to see what is coming down. Maybe it is another celestial being coming to greet you. But as you get closer, it's larger than you originally expected. As you see the source of the glow become massive, and now you see that as an inverted, spiraling, tortilla shell-shaped object. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, that's my worst. 17. I rolled double digits.
I like the
for
golf
dex.
clap for a saving throw. I'm loving it.
Oh, say
Well
yeah,
done.
no.
17. Got it.
As you dodge the first large chunk of whatever's coming down, another one slams into you and crashes into the water. You crash into the water and you start to sink at the bottom. But you take no damage as you are able to scathe away from that. But covered in plate mail, you start to sink to the bottom of the endless, darkening pit. Thunderous, muffled, concussive waves echo out through the dark water. And from the moonlit above, you watch as a mountain-sized spiraling monolith sinks into the darkness far off in the distant depths. The size of the thing, massive. And you see hundreds of aquatic-like creatures swarm out of this vessel like cockroaches skittering away from light. And as you begin to sink, starting to claw your way up towards the surface of the water, sinking further and further, you notice an immensely imposing creature with smooth, pale, slick skin swimming up towards you. The water around you begins to solidify into a gel-like substance, the viscosity almost pinning you in water. The panic, you begin to panic, and with that, you begin choking on the thick water, feeling the pain of thick, icy liquid rushing into your lungs. You feel you are dying before you realize you are actually breathing through the water itself. And with that pain, with the lungs fading, you feel a twinge of something in the back of your head that grows into a sharp pain, followed by a series of flashing symbols flooding your brain as you hear the creature say telepathically,
My sorrow moves oceans, tugs at her heart.
This is super cool.
And as everybody enters, the room around you does not look like any structure you've seen before. And you're all standing there except for Seisha is dripping wet, soaking. coughing up water.
Seisha, oh
I-
my god.
Yes.
Okay.
I run over to her to like do this thing. You know, thinking it'll do something.
Yep.
Okay, I had one.
Was it? You know, I'm not gonna make a joke. Are you okay? What did it say?
My sorrow moves oceans, tugs at her heart.
What?
My sorrow moves oceans, tugs at her heart. That doesn't make any sense.
Do you think that her is the same
Yeah,
she?
it's all gonna be about this one thing.
So, wait. Who hasn't had one yet?
Wait.
You and Boss? And V?
I
And
think
Finley?
these make a picture.
Do we actually have physical cards?
Not yet.
Okay.
Like, that is an out of play thing. It is so that you guys know what was said. It
Ah.
will come to fruition later on.
Okay.
Thank
You,
you.
you
I
may
thought it
notice
was a
something
thing.
later. We started a LARP.
So we have 3 to come.
I had the first one. I just didn't
So who hasn't?
say it.
Yeah, hold on. What did you hear?
Just the phrase, a slave I have been and shall remain.
And you had it first.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's.
It's not worth focusing on right now.
I
We need to
agree.
keep moving.
Yeah, we need to keep going.
All right, and as you move, the room looks more like a thick black leathery root similar to the one you saw outside, but now large with corrugated ridges that wrap around every surface. They wrap the cavities and corridors from the floor to the ceiling like inverted mirrored arched ceilings, giving you the feeling of being trapped within the ribs of a gargantuan creature. You all find yourself at the entranceway of a staircase that descends into darkness.
Oh, I don't like that.
Pull out the rapier. Is it wondering if this is living darkness or normal darkness?
It's advanced darkness.
Advanced darkness.
As you bring up the light, you can see this organic stairwell begin to descend down.
You see a smearing of blood and ichor of various colors, and what appear to be languages along the ribbed walls that lead down further and further into the staircase.
Sasha,
Yeah.
can you read any of this?
Let me see. Can I read any of it?
There are multiple languages.
Okay.
You can read some of it, but it all seems to be kind of broken up and not just one long language.
I relay that
One long
information.
sentence.
Yeah, and you see bits of it as it leads further down, so you'd have to continue down the staircase to truly get everything.
Yeah.
I can read parts of it, but
I know. a
do you
decent
want to?
amount.
Does it make any sense?
No.
We should put a shield up front, a shield in the back, and go down.
I'll go up front.
Light on my shield.
Okay.
Step out into the front.
Voss, do you mind keeping an eye on the step in front of me in case there's I don't know, like a
Like any,
button I'd step on that would shut the wall behind me?
more likely some leech that'll kill us all that we step
Probably.
on. Yeah, I'll keep an
Yeah,
eye out.
thanks.
I'm glad we're staying optimistic.
So who follows down?
I will.
Yep.
I follow behind Seisha.
I would like to
Boss
actively.
is actually directly behind me.
I would
Check
actively.
traps.
Yep. I would actively like to start searching for traps.
I'm going
Okay,
first.
make that roll. Everybody goes down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Kaiser
no.
Vex, I'm guessing you take the rear.
I shall be the shield of
Yes.
the
Got it.
Natural one.
Natural one.
All right. No traps? You're good?
We're saved.
Everything looks great?
Amazing.
Should we try and be?
Applaud that.
They're all on my team.
Should we try and be quiet? I can help with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yes, please. Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 key points to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Cool.
There was an ooh in the crowd. That was awesome.
So everybody can go ahead and roll stealth and add 10 to your roll.
Yo.
God for that.
Oh my
For anybody watching at home,
Alright, go ahead,
being
Seisha.
an audience
I got a
member, yell
10?
at the same time.
10.
With the bonus.
Wow.
Let's roll a 1.
I rolled a 1.
Nice.
-1 for Dex.
Boss.
Thank you for the bonus.
You people.
Oh, God.
Boss.
35.
There it is.
Maybe that makes up for
There
it.
Bentley.
19.
Okay.
Tillie.
24.
All right.
26.
All right.
23.
20.
There we go.
Awesome.
You continue to sneak down and looking over as you put the pieces together. As everyone's creeping, Stacia, you just start to talk out loud to yourself as you start to read things.
Okay, going down the stairs.
Nope, you're actually reading the words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so as you move and through accumulation of language knowledge, you realize that it reads, "Life leads us down dark roads, but sometimes it is necessary to accept these times for us to see the light."
That was a nice message, but could you be a little quieter?
You all.
What?
You all notice, distracted by Stacia for a second, that you look back and it is just darkness and stairs above you. You did not hear anything close behind you or anything like that. You're just now in a descending staircase and ascending staircase from where your position is. Now that Stacia has the full entirety of whatever warning or blessing may be put upon these stairs. You all begin to hear in your own heads a small voice first whispering to you about your insecurities, your shortcomings, and anxieties.
It's gonna take a while. Damn, it's a list.
What do you guys do?
Attempt to ignore it?
Okay.
I don't.
Turn to everyone else and be like, is anybody else
Yes,
here?
yep.
I don't ignore it.
Yes, we're hearing
Yep,
it.
I hear it.
I let it in my head and figure if we need pieces of whatever puzzle is coming down, I might as well accept it like the wall says.
The longer you continue, the louder the voice becomes in your head, and you realize it is yourself that you hear. You're speaking so loud inside your own head it is now on the verge of screaming out all of your worst traits, your biggest failures, and your darkest moments.
Stacia's going to just stop on the stair.
My dad used to tell me something. If you wouldn't say it to your friends, it's not okay to say it to yourself.
You still hear the voices in your head.
Some of us would still say things.
Okay, well, let's just keep going then.
Agreed.
Keep walking down the stairs.
And you walk and walk what seems to be an hour of just walking into endless stairs.
And through that, I need everybody to make a con save.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
I got a natural 20. Me too.
Lord.
Sorry, out of order.
17.
7.
11.
It's 22 total.
Yeah. 11.
Natural 20, so 27.
Yeah.
12.
12. Boss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As you're trying to fight back the voices in your head from your past, and also trying to focus on whatever steps Stacia might step on, you you get lost in yourself and stumble,
Okay.
taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you watch Voss roll down the stairs.
Can I try to catch him?
It's not very far, so he rolls like a couple feet ahead of you.
Rolls into the back of my ankles.
And slams into the back of you and down a couple of steps in front of you. That's it.
Okay. I'm good. I'm good.
I saw you try to catch yourself on your sword hand, so it's not really your fault.
Gonna help him up, avoiding said hand.
Yeah.
Easily done.
Voss inwardly is not sure if he'll miss this sword hand. Or even if it will leave him now that he's thinking about it.
So as you all ponder what to do, all of a sudden everything goes dark. And I need everybody to make me wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
As you.
Natty 20.
All right.
Oh.
No.
That's wisdom, so 25.
Got it.
17.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
4.
Another natural 20, so 21.
Scant 10.
All right. So Kaiservex, Harold, and Vinley, you are all racked with your most horrible fear as weird has once been cast upon you.
Who keeps doing this?
You take 28 points of psychic damage.
And
I scream and fall over. But I'm not like actually down. I'm just scream and fall over because of the pain.
And as the light goes out and you see this horrendous thing, everything goes black. And as Vinley, as you lose consciousness and disappear, you all notice that from the darkness up ahead, as Vinley collapses in front of you, at the end of a curving ventral hallway, you are instantly in a room that is filled with light as it fades to a glow of crumbling balconies overlooking a pool of lava filling this triangular chamber, above which is suspended an enormous crystal cylinder held in place by 3 adamantine struts. Wraith-like forms swirl inside the cylinder and otherworldly screams hang in the air. 4 long, writhing tentacles sprout from the cylinder's cap, and a shriveled monstrosity the size of an elephant floats near the cylinder. Its body is wet and malformed, its arms and legs are atrophied, and its oversized head drips black goo. The creature is attached to the cylinder by a twisted umbilical cord. As you look back from where you came, you notice that there is no longer a path or a doorway.
This is for all of us, or just them?
Everybody sees this, but
Okay.
you see Vinley down
Down at your feet.
at your feet.
I race down and cast Cure Wounds using 2nd level spell on her,
Okay.
so she gets 13 back.
And as this happens, and you watch as this creature with this weird, almost fetus-like creature begins to wither and shriek, this black goo pouring out of it, you all watch as Vinley's form begins to shift and change, as her skin begins to shrivel and dissolve away.
No.
And her eyes become sunken and disappear. And you watch as her wand slowly forms into what looks to be a phylactery. As Vinley stands up, hovering, a crown of bone on her head, and glowing deep red eyes.
Can I take the healing back?
You're the one that did this.
Yes, that's 2 undead I've made in this game. Yes!
Paladins, everybody.
And at this moment, as Vinley looks over and raises a hand to you all, as you hear cracking as skeletal hands begin to climb and crawl out of the ground, everything goes black.
How does
and
she smell?
Oh, she smells terrible.
awful.
Rotting.
Ew.
But in this moment, Vinley, you see a flash of unknown symbols in your mind as you incinerate your friends. And in your head, you hear,
Though we are bound to each other, we remain worlds apart.
Oh God, I'm last.
and everyone is immediately flashed back to this room where you're all sitting down.
You see a group of 5 adventurers being lowered down into a familiar well.
As you are all sitting in the yawning portal back in Waterdeep.
Drink.
Oh yeah, Karsteri, I'll be right to you. I'm gonna do this other
And there's a
order first.
flash as the vision shifts and you watch the priest who was being lowered down fall. And as a mass of bug-eyed amphibious creatures swarm him, ruthless in their tactics and filled with religious fervor and unreasoning hatred. One by one, the heroes that you watch go down fall, the flesh of their bodies flung up in the orgy of violence, trailing tropes of blood through the sounds of their screams. It is too much for the ranger, whose name You learn as the female wizard screams it just before having a spear impaled through her throat and gurgles out George. He sets aside his courage and runs in terror down black tunnels.
Cursing with every step, begging his feet to turn around so he might save his friends. His body denies him, for the fear had gripped his heart, and there was no turning back. So he runs, and he runs. For mere minutes, but it feels like days. In this panic, he loses track of where he is, losing himself in the bleak corridors of the rusting rails and of the accursed tunnels. His breathing comes in hitches, and the pain of the side forces him to stop as he collapses. Tears pouring down from his face, little sobs escaping from his dry and cracked lips. He knows he will die. The sounds of his pursuers are close.
He draws his short sword, tumbling the edge of the blade as he fights for control over himself. He's about to stand to make his final desperate attempt to kill his foes when something wet and black and awful curls around his ankle and jerks him into the cloying darkness of the tunnels as endless shadows before he even has a chance to scream. Everything goes dark.
And as the vision of this darkness retracts, you find yourselves all standing in a wide corridor looking into inky blackness. The sounds of heavy footsteps can be heard echoing from the darkness. Emerging is a man just under 6 foot tall, wearing a suit of purple full plate, emblazoned with carved swirls and bluish splotches. His helmet is a terrifying thing, wrought to resemble the fusion of countless faces twisted in agony, the flesh of one spilling into another. So lifelike are the visages that they seem to move. They seem to cry out for mercy as you hear the voice coming from beneath them. The voice crackling as it said through laughter and tears.
The harbinger, it comes, and you have been marked for sacrifice. I'm so sorry, it will be painful. I can't stop it. The one true God comes soon. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh.
I think our players just heard a very scary word.
Oh God.
Harbinger?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go down the line. Say sure.
18!
Oh, sorry. 25 to 20. Sorry, let's do that. That's easier.
20 to 15?
Wait.
18!
Okay. Sorry, 20 to...
I'm at 24.
24. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Tillie.
I'm at 23.
Damn.
18!
15 to 10.
16, sorry.
11.
10 to 5.
5.
Natural one.
Oh,
I like
at
to
least
get
you're
the lay of the
consistent.
land and see what everyone else is doing.
It's a good tactic. I use it all the time.
Good call.
Definitely do that on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. It's sound.
Waiting. Okay.
It is.
No, it's genius.
Tillie, you're up first.
What do you do?
Ah!
This towering man comes before you. He draws a long sword and he has a shield that appears to be moving in some way.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna try and stab him with my yickelwa.
All right.
I want to try and, I'm little. I want to try and get kind of around the shield.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
All
roll
right.
your attacks. 2 attacks
Okay.
plus martial arts.
Okay. All right. 12 to hit is the first one.
12 misses.
Okay. 14.
You go with both, trying to get around the shield, and he's too quick. Brings his shield over twice, parrying away both your blows.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my other hand and try and punch.
All right. Try to find an opening, get an elbow in there, something.
22 to hit.
As you go and about to connect, you watch as at the last second he brings up his hand and catches your fist as you just barely miss him.
Business.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Great, that's it.
I'm sorry. You said you rolled a what to hit?
That was a 22. 22.
Oh no.
Can I go back to being a lich?
Can you go back to being a lich?
Quick, we need your lich skills. What do your keen undead eyes see?
All right. The man then releases your hand as he draws, almost throwing you to the side as he moves straight towards Harold.
I knew it.
Whoa, whoa.
Purple and blue. I knew it. It's me.
Is it far enough away for her to get an attack of opportunity, perhaps?
It is. You can totally get an attack of opportunity.
I want to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hit him
Okay.
with your fists.
Hit him. Do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hit him. 15.
15. Yeah, you swing out and you just at the last second, you feel one of the tendrils away from him smack your hand away. So you keep going.
And as he moves towards you, he says something in a language no one understands, and you watch as the sword ignites in this void of light. Pure blackness comes upon the blade as he attacks you.
He attacks me, but I'm so lovable. Hasn't he seen that I'm wearing the pants?
He wants those pants.
I don't blame him.
Okay. A dirty 20 and a 23.
Thanks.
Both hit. Okay. I was trying to think about how I wanted to handle them.
All right, he is going to smite you on both of those.
Is that a spell?
That's
the first one was a spell.
Cool.
It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing.
You can. And then the second one was actually not a spell, but an ability.
Okay.
But the strange mutterings had a spell-like tendency to him, so you can totally use your reaction on that.
Let's roll that back and.
You will have to roll it though.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an ability.
No. It's a 19 on the die.
Yeah.
19 on the die.
Okay. You got it. Yeah. So as that happens, you watch as this pure blackness that Finley mutters arcane as she points, and that dissipates off the sword, but it still stabs into you.
Yep. Yeah, it does. That does happen.
Nothing.
This is kind of like actually the best thing that's happened thus far.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's probably actually
You're just
true.
getting
I don't know. The pants were pretty good.
The first one.
Yeah.
22 points of
Ooh.
slashing damage.
I'm down.
Ooh.
How much over do they have to go to just straight kill me?
It is in this moment that you're also going to lose 2 death saves as he stabs into you.
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
Yes.
he's gonna die.
But with this stab, and to answer your question, it has to be past your hit points total.
Okay, yeah, no, we're good.
I know. Harold, in this moment, as you feel this pain once again stab into your heart, you gasp out your last breath. But this crazed man, you feel the sharp pain in your head as you see a flash of unknown symbols. In your mind, in yours alone, you hear the words.
Round and round my cell I walk, but never complain.
With that, you all snap back into the interior of the pyramid.
Where am I in health?
Oh, you're down.
Oh, I'm down.
Yes.
Pumping 10 points of healing into him with a lay on hands.
You go before Harold in the initiative order, so that is fine.
That bodes well. You were down
Harold,
2,
get
you
up.
made a roll.
Yep, so... Oh, wait, that's my 11 healing?
Yes.
Cool.
And I would like to cast, I have a feeling, I would like to cast Magic Weapon on Harold's weaponry.
Okay.
What did you cast?
Magic Weapon.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So have you healed yourself?
I'm trying.
Okay. So as you guys start walking down these ventricle hallways that are like ribbed creatures, all covered in black, you walk into a light, a room filled with thousands of creatures of multitude and variety of colors, races you've never seen before, people wearing strange armor, beasts that walk in a lumbering pace, seemingly impeded by the crowd, and you are amongst them. Loud noises of rhythmic beats seem to echo out through the deafening low roar of the insurmountable crowd. Flashes of strange trinkets ring out around you as you see people seem stricken with petrification or stunned temporarily. You're in a world that is very strange to you, but not like the world you were just on. If you would like to navigate through the crowd, I need everyone to make a group intellect check.
All right. Ready to not contribute to that roll.
Yeah.
And we realize we're a little over our time. We're going to try to push through to get through this. If you guys have somewhere to be, we understand that you get out, and thank you so much for sticking with us. We're going to get through this as quick as we can to try to get to the ending of this.
If you haven't noticed, the pace has picked up. So down the line.
5.
All right.
8.
8.
With a modifier of 3, I got a 4.
Wow.
7.
Wow.
We smart.
14?
Minus 2.
Trying to help.
17.
Vinley, no you didn't. You got a natural 20 thanks to donations.
Thank you. So you
Cancel your
turn
roll.
that upside down.
Yep.
So 23.
That's right.
7.
Got it?
Scourge is writing a note. There's no telling what a V note says.
I'm doing math, sorry. Group check.
Raised obsidian, Bob.
So, to continue the description of this place, the floors all seem to be marbled. The sound that you're hearing is very rhythmic and foreign to you, as it seems to be continuous and on and on and on, and it doesn't have any lyrics or anything to that effect. You seem to be kind of lost in a trance amongst this crowd of people wearing strange clothes that are not. You're a dragon.
And in that instance, you watch as Kaiser Vex gets lost and pulled into the crowd as Mark has to be at another panel, and we're so sorry and we love you.
Don't worry, my character's fine.
He's going to the Puppet Slam, which if you haven't been to, you should totally go. We're probably going to go there next.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. I'm sorry to abandon you in the far realm.
You're
But
abandoning
I'm
them
glad
at Dragon Con.
I'm glad my character faded away before you could kill him.
But you know, you're abandoning them at Dragon Con, both in and out of play.
This is true.
Yeah,
Take us
but
with
have
you.
fun at the Puppet Slam. Everybody, it starts at midnight.
Midnight, yes.
So we're gonna go there after that.
Yeah.
Go. Thank you, everybody.
Yep. So,
Okay, that is the coolest cover.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to move through this because we want to get through this as quick as we can, guys.
It takes you a while to get through this, and you seem trapped within the trance of the crowd for another like 2-3 hours before finally finding a back hallway down a staff-only exit that leads back into the black tendril rear.
And as you do, you walk into a large domed cavity deep within the well of the pyramid. There is no way of knowing where you could possibly be. The ribbed room has a large dais elevated slightly in center. Totally not what that says. Center of the room that is illuminated by the pulsing glow of light at the epicenter of the ceiling. The white, unnerving glow is unnerving to look at and feels that familiar feeling of falling and sinking in your stomach, and your heart jumping into your throat. In the center of the dais is carved a very abstract organic carving that hurts you, and that hurts your mind to witness. It looks like that.
Ow, my
Oh,
mind.
my brain.
Okay.
We're gonna move over there.
You guys, crowd of the year. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, it's getting moved.
Oh, it's getting moved. Can we just have all our games here?
Can we keep you guys?
Yes.
Get ready to go again.
I feel like
Well, now we can't see it at all, so we're okay.
golf
right?
clap applause, maybe?
We'll do what we can until we have
Y'all are my heroes. Seriously, thank you.
All right. As the room fades into a room hewn with stone, there are veins of white metal that snake through the stone. The sound of chanting reverberates throughout the room, each of you at an apex point along the ritual circle. However, there are more here than
There
other
are,
ones.
yeah, there are more than just you here. amongst them, you see a very familiar dragon cult leader, the one that disappeared before the others.
Oh, I know his name.
You see the man that slayed Harold just moments before.
And you see the green hag that cursed and made deals with you in the swamp. But what draws your attention is chained to a cross, a X-like cross, is a familiar image of a very tall man whose face is veiled, who several of you saw boarding and entering a ship before it was taken by strange creatures. You watch as black veins correlate off of the flesh as only the hood remains. You see what appears to be this strange 6-sided image tattooed as the veins slowly creep towards them. In fact, it is very similar to the tattoo that sits on Tillie's head. And you watch as this image of this, as it's also very similar to that.
Yep, I was about to pull out my scalp.
Looks just like it.
Yep.
And as these black veins, as this chanting of this ritual gets into its crescendo, the veins enter and begin to entwine into this symbol. And you watch as the entire symbol goes black. And then you watch as this entity is then turned in on itself. Tillie, you feel as if you are punched in the stomach. And all of you feel a ripple amongst yourselves as you do not know, but something has happened, something big. You're not sure what, you're not sure how, but you're all affected, and you feel this ripple through your minds. And as you watch,
above you, in this room, is the light, the glow of the pillar of light that is on the outside. You know that you are just below it in this ritual chamber. And if everybody could reach into the bottom
of your chairs, up here,
Yep.
and in the front there's a little pouch, and pull out what's there.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Look at you, smoothie pimps. It's reached between your legs. There's like a cubby right under the seat. Okay, stand up and I'll get it for you.
And in that instance, you all hear in your mind, "A slave I have been and shall remain."
As the last piece comes into fruition, and with the markings upon the ritual circle, you now notice that all of these things seem to lock up into your mind.
And
As
you now can put your pieces of paper together to try and figure out, as you are all now linked in your minds, and you can hand it.
I have the order if you want to pass them down here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's great.
V will be right back.
hold on to these, and Seisha may tell you what to do.
Actually, why don't we give it to Tillie, since Tillie is the closest to the
thing, and I think Tillie should be the ones to place the objects in.
I will do it.
Are we passing all of them?
We're running late, but you guys are on the ball. I didn't even think about that.
That caught me really off guard. I was like, what's happening?
I just imagined somebody coming up behind me with the axe. You can say, ooh. Some fun happening?
She may tell you what to do next.
Okay.
Okay.
We got it.
What do you need from me?
What do you have in front of you?
order, I've got a picture.
All right. And what does it say together?
It says, "A slave I have been and shall remain. To a cruel mistress I'm tied with invisible chains. Yet always I put on the same brave face. She keeps me her prisoner, but gives me some space. My sorrow moves oceans, tugs at her heart. Through we are bound to each other. Though we are bound to each other, we remain worlds apart. Round and round my cell I walk, but never complain. A slave I have been, and shall remain.
Anybody?
Well, that's creepy.
We hit 3,000.
That's crazy.
And as Vinley says this, you notice Voss's sword is glowing.
It's the moon.
It's the
And,
moon.
and as
Right.
Voss's sword glows, go ahead and use the moonlight on the paper.
No. You're lying.
Like I said, we started in LARP, people.
Oh! Right down there. See, there's that. So go. Oh, up the top. Okay, at the top left is what looks like an eye.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh, it was mine. This one?
Yes.
Good.
Top left? Top left. Top center looks like an X. We're going clockwise. Okay, top center. Oh, top center is an X. X. Next up looks like the start of a 5 with a slash through the round part.
For ease of keeping them in place, maybe you should start from the bottom.
You're looking at this one?
It's fine.
Next up looks kind of like a, let's see, a less than sign with a dot.
I'm sorry, what?
It's like a,
Like a little J?
let me see it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Then is a Z with a line. Oh,
This one?
no.
Okay.
Well, turn that up. That
Wait.
might be enough. That might have been enough.
That might have been it, yeah. Out of the ones remaining, it looks like that one. And then it's a circle with a backwards check mark. Yeah. And next is an upside down number 4 with a dot. Yeah.
Got it?
And then a weird looking
And
X.
then a really weird looking thing. It's like a 7 with a comma but backwards. It's complete.
Nothing happens.
If there's an award for audiences, y'all all deserve it.
As you
Nothing
lock,
happens?
these stones into place amongst the ritual circle, you find that nothing seems
This
to
one
happen.
locks in. This one locks in.
That's cool.
That.
I will say that you have the order correct of the paper itself, but not the images you found.
All right, come here, boss.
Y'all have never had a beat up in my life before. I'm so sorry. How's the puzzle looking?
Yes, that is right.
Dee, where did you run? We've been standing in the room together.
Got lost in the sauce
I already see the problem.
I was thinking about some really intense stuff.
I just, I was thinking about that void eyeball thing, and I just,
Like, look at the symbol on
Lost in sauce.
Yeah.
I got ADHD, okay?
And I believe,
This one?
because that is the...
Sure. To take up some time and to entertain the folks, how about the people that didn't get to describe their fear when the
that's
weird
correct,
went off?
right there.
Describe their fear. I believe that is Harold and Vinley.
Harold scared us so much.
Your
But
biggest
that
one.
My biggest one?
No,
Harold
this
sees
one.
Pixel as a hag.
Okay.
No,
no.
that's the X.
That's the X.
What does Vinley see?
It's not.
Vinley's
it's
worst
not
fear
shocking
would be
that the-
a high elf
We
man
should have done
just
this
sitting
one.
there smiling at her
Hold
saying,
up.
"It's
No.
okay.
No, that's the 4 one.
It's all going to be okay. Just
This
let
one
me have your hand.
should be there.
It's okay."
That's the only one so far that's in place. Okay, start.
Wait, what if it's reversed? Okay, that one is correct.
Hold on.
That one's correct. Go around. Give me here.
That one's right. That one's
Think
correct.
that one's correct.
That one's correct.
Um,
Hold up.
So
That
who is
down.
Pixel to you, Harold?
Pixel is the third. Oh no, she's like 10. Isn't she?
She's like 7.5.
Is she? I thought she was 10.
I thought she was 9.
I think it's 10 because she has 3 years until I have to fix this, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh shit, you're right.
she is the gnomish.
Yes.
She's the gnomish child of one of the people that worked
In the
for
corner.
us.
In the corner. Right there.
That Harold doesn't even have an extreme connection to the way some of the other characters do. But Harold made a terrible choice and tried to trick a hag without realizing a hag could do what a hag could do. And because of that, he very likely has set in motion what will make her into a hag. And I know, right? That's how I felt at the time too. Go back and watch that episode. You can watch Ethan be super depressed for half an hour.
That's always fun.
That's always a blast. So anyway, it's one of those things where Harold made a really stupid mistake, and in an effort to make himself look really cool, so it's doubly stupid. That's just an Ethan special, man. So that is definitely, without a doubt, his greatest fear is that he won't save her. That is Ethan's greatest fear about this game too. It's always like, we gotta do the main story, yeah, but can't we save the kid?
That was also
We only have 3 years, you guys.
That was also on the time we found out she didn't really like kids.
You know, I don't care for children.
You know, not stow away annoying kids who don't listen.
It was my fault.
We should have left her in the swamp.
Should have left her in the swamp.
It locks into
No.
place.
It's her destiny. She's gonna be a hag. You should have left her there, honestly.
These harrowing adventures are locking into place strange alien symbols into a ritual circle that seems to encompass the room, and with that, the light energy above them starts to glow and crackle more. The energy that you feel in here, all of you feel it radiating through your body. It's almost as if being inside of a subwoofer, as it's becoming to get louder and louder, you feel your body begin to shake. It doesn't feel painful. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And with everyone standing in the center as the last piece is put into place, the light begins to grow brighter and brighter once again, as the stars did, and you feel your mind meld with this light, your body becoming incorporeal, as you then wake up back home where you all were once before.
Tillie, you come out of meditation as you stand in front of the unconscious body of Master Halam. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much.
all so much.
Thank you to all the people that donated here and at home. We couldn't have done this without you.
Yes, thank you so much. If I didn't get to I tried to get to all of the donations I could. This is everything that you guys gave us.
That he's actually not picking up
and I
all
don't
of
even
it.
have all of them. So thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much at home watching. We're gonna give away a falling starship.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna do. That's the online one. Let's do the online one first. We can do that once we. Yeah.
The online one is
the falling starship.
What was the final total?
Huh?
Okay. Yes. That's amazing. Which means DragonCon is doubling that, so over $6,000 has been raised tonight for the American Heart Association. So that is to all of you all out there. Thank you so much that we can finally help battle this horrible disease.
Yes. Yep.
Polo Monkey.
Polo Monkey.
Hey, all right. Congratulations so much on winning the Fallen Starship. We'll get in contact with you to get your mailing information and get that over to you. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight on this crazy, wild adventure. Thank you so much to Ginny D and Mark MEER, even though Mark has left. Thank you so much for coming and doing this with us.
Thanks for having me.
It was so much fun, and we
cannot wait to find out more about Tillie in the future, hopefully.
I swear, if you killed Halam, I will find you.
And with that, be excellent to each other.
And may you always roll with advantage.
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Okay, for those in the room, we have other.
We're gonna raffle off.